Welcome, loyal listeners, to this week's episode of Boardwalk Empire, where we last left off with our investigators. Tracy has been placed into the hospital, and the mysterious Samantha has been abducted from a hospital room. Where will this lead? No one knows. In other news, our investigators met their new handler by the name of Thomas Pinkerton, a man of very strict rules and regulations. And unfortunately, in an unfortunate confrontation, one of our investigators was kicked from the force. Where will this lead? We don't know, but maybe we'll find out this week on Boardwalk Empire. So, yes, you all are currently now in the precinct and have escorted Rocco out of the building along with the hounds to kind of get them out of there because Pinkerton does not seem like the type of person who would allow some of the things Tracy was allowing.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, now let's y'all talk for a minute. How do y'all feel about this entire scenario?
Honest, if
Who are
it
you
was
asking?
me talking, he would just come up with some charge somewhere in the history. He just send me away 7 years. Or just some trumped up charge.
Mm-hmm. I've dealt with worse.
Oh, trust me, I don't know the man very much, but from how the madame has been talking about him, it sounds like he's a piece of work.
Speaking of which, if we're going to contact her, do it.
Mm-hmm. Let's also inform Tracy about that shit.
We could go see him. Apparently, he's been awake.
Personally, I would rather let him and his missus just they have to do, but he needs to be informed.
Could. Well, we could always see if he wanted to see us.
We could always, just call in.
We're kind of involved in saving it. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Let's also keep this out the book.
Alexi, Betty, do y'all have any comments?
I don't know what's going on. I just got here because y'all were, I don't know, because people were talking or playing a different game or something. So I had everybody muted and was watching something.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, so to fill you in, so we y'all are currently downstairs in the precinct. You all just recently have got over escorting Rocco after he has been basically discharged from the force. And y'all are currently sitting in the precinct, like the lobby area around where your usual table is, where you guys sit at.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all are just sitting there and just kind of talking about this, how y'all feel about all this that's just happened.
I would have to say this has been. I would say about to say an exceptionally weird day, but honestly, this feels about pot nowadays. So.
Well, I think it sucks.
To be honest, I think what we dealt with in the undercroft this looked like vacation.
Yeah. About that. Bad for the girl still.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what they had to endure before he got there have been gruesome.
Well, y'all did talk about y'all wanted to go and visit Tracy. Those are some avenues you can take. You
Yeah,
do
I
still
think we're
have
role
your
playing
press
I think we're role
conference.
playing towards that goal.
Yeah.
Where is the person
What do you mean the person? Pinkerton? He's in the
that
office.
got kicked out of the force? Are they not here today?
It's the same day Rocco is at Kill's house where we had the scene cut off, but we'll continue that when Mav gets here. So,
Yep.
kind of pointless to try and do it without the person.
That's what I was saying. Where are they?
I'm
We
thinking-
called them.
I got
We
voicemail.
told him to go. So
But y'all do have basically 3 objectives y'all have right now. Well, 3 self-set objectives. Talk to Tracy about what's happened.
What I think we should do
Talk to Madam Tully. See if y'all can get some more info.
at 2.
And
Press conference.
you have a press conference you have to do.
Gross.
That's on. Then
And that's all
yours.
you, Betty.
Gross. Who the fuck
You're the one who's
volunteered
asked to
that?
do it.
No, the fuck I didn't. Someone volunteered me. You guys all pressured me into it because I have some kind of special, like, convincing people of bullshit ability.
Yes, you do.
Mhm. And that's exactly why we want you to do it.
You are the best conversationalist.
The antisocial person is the best conversation.
Well, that's what your
Exactly.
charisma
that
says.
happen?
God is a cruel god.
Guess so. Shit.
Sometimes you got to go off the deep end in D&D to really find your zone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
All
I
right.
use the bathroom.
Yep.
Mhm.
I think we should go visit Tracy first, and then fucking go visit Madame Tully.
Mm-hmm. But again,
And
we're
then
keeping this
order.
off the books.
Johnny, Alexi, do y'all agree? If one of you is trying to
It would.
speak, your mic is messed up.
It would be. It would be beneficial to let Tracy know of this situation. He may be able to guide us on our proper moves.
Those that maybe cause Mr. Stick Up his ass to also take the stick out and just put it back in the trash.
I
It's a human.
I do not deny that his methods may seem rough to you. However, Director Tracy is no longer in charge of this operation for the time being.
Time being, yes, but he's a fast healer.
I would not be so sure of that.
Now you're just making me depressed again. I was already depressed when Tracy got shot. Now you're making even more depressed. Can't you just get someone up once in a while?
I am merely stating the reality of the situation. The weapon used against Director Tracy is explicitly designed to take down dragons such as himself. However crude the item may be, the magic imbued in it is correct. And there is no reason to believe it is any less deadly than what I had used in the Great War. I'm just dropping depression pills, man. This is how I be.
Let's
Like,
break
yeah,
that
no,
ice
it's
down.
very unlikely he'll ever. Yeah, Johnny's just like, yeah, no, I've seen what this shit can do. It's unlikely he'll survive 100%. He's gonna be pretty messed up if he even does really survive.
Life is still
You
a
know.
life. Quality might vary. Same stock is there.
You could wash them by hand in like 2 seconds, you know? Lazy motherfucker.
As Betty is sitting there complaining at Alexi about cleaning the dishes.
That would be.
He decided that he didn't want to make pizza pockets in the air fryer because the silicone that sit in the thingies are dirty, and you can wash those in 2 seconds in the sink.
You could leave it out of D&D, woman.
No,
No, I'm gonna call you out on that shit too, man.
No,
Just
no, no.
fucking
We're
grab that
hearing this.
shit.
This is just the background argument. We're hearing this in the kitchen.
okay.
Hey, like I
We
said, my
have
original
a
plan,
fucking calendar. It's his turn for dishes.
my original plan for Betty and Alexi was they were going to become a couple. So there you go.
Workplace
know about that.
relationship.
Hey, Alexi's just a little rough around the edges. He just needs a woman to guide him in the right direction.
Oh god.
I thought Alexi
No,
was
I have a
married.
kid. I have a
No,
kid. The
Alexi's
wife
wife
is
is dead.
dead.
He's a widow.
Yeah.
Alexi is a widow.
Widower.
A widower.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
I'm correct. Alexi was married.
I have a kid. Of course I
Yeah,
was married.
exactly. Well, I mean, you can have a kid out of wedlock.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
is dwarven society. No, you can't.
It's highly frowned upon.
I
Yeah,
bet you can.
they're conservative as fuck, but I mean, you could.
I mean, you weren't allowed to have a kid out of wedlock in the 50s, but it fucking happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
They got sent to homes where they had their babies and they were adopted and then sent back home.
Oh, the cruel times we lived in.
Mm.
All right. So I guess you all have agreed. I guess
Yeah.
pretty much all the dialogue, unless somebody has anything else.
Let's go talk to the dragon.
All right. So you all hop in the paddy wagon and you start making your way to the New York Central Hospital.
Wee woo.
Excellent.
Oh, look, the dog's helping.
Fuck.
All right. You guys make your way to the hospital. Park the car along the street. You walk into the receptionist's office.
No. I'm here.
Has anyone chosen to talk, or are we going to stand here in silence?
Show us to Tracy. Where's Tracy's room?
That's
Um,
not ask.
Kill walks up to the receptionist.
Are you family of the patient,
Yes.
ma'am?
Coworker. He doesn't need to see us now if he's not well. I figured we'd ask, though.
Let me send an orderly to see if to go and talk to the doctor to see if he's accepting guests at this time.
Thank you.
You all see a myriad of people sitting here at the hospital. You see a minotaur with some overgrown hooves, and they look bad.
Gotta be.
It's an ingrown nail, but so much worse.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like overgrown and cracking.
Yeah.
What? What is what? Huh?
Minotaur.
His hooves.
Wait, say that one more time.
A minotaur.
Oh, okay. He needs farrier work done. Bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ouchie.
Yeah, he's currently got a cane. He's an older looking minotaur.
Yeah. He's not there for the spa day.
Uh-uh.
Imagine the hospitals, like different type of doctors that would be needed. Sheesh.
Yeah, you need large animal doctors.
Right?
Oh yeah. Imagine Centaur. They got to be put into a giant harness.
Mm-hmm.
Operating on Centaur, though, not actually that horrible. You just
No.
have to have a lot of effectively reverse clamps to hold everything in place.
You see a what looks like a
Looks
little
like
elven a little elven boy and his mom are there, and it looks like his arm is in a sling.
Hmm.
Oh, poor baby.
And and then you see a kobold sitting there. Looks like I forget what that scale thing that happens to reptiles happens sometimes.
Scale rot?
Yeah, no, not scale rot. More like might be like fucking like. I don't
What's
think
it
you'd even
doing?
be able
Is it
to.
an infection?
Yeah,
Is
it looks like a
when-
small infection. Yeah.
Is it when they shed and part of the skin stays stuck to them and then it gets bacteria
There
stuck?
you go. Thank
Yeah,
you.
stuck shed. Oh, dude, how do you let yourself get stuck shed? You have hands. The lizards have no excuse, but buddy, you got hands.
Maybe he can't. Maybe it's on his back.
I can reach all parts of my back, but I know I'm.
Well,
that.
they're kind of thick.
Okay, gorilla arms.
You know,
Yeah, not
I
all of
I
us
can
can,
too,
motherfucker.
but like some people are thick. You know,
I'm acknowledging that I'm weird for doing it.
Uh,
I can reach up fucking backwards and touch the back of my neck. I mean, people can't. There's people that can't do that though.
damn. Uh,
You can also bend like
okay, let me continue on. Holy crap, now I'm laughing. Oh, I hate you guys. I love you all.
We're just great, aren't we?
I love you.
Yes.
Hey,
God.
honey, before you sit down.
All right. An orderly. You all see as you're sitting there in the waiting room, observing the different people around. You hear the typical beeping of a hospital.
Oh, wait. Oh, let me. Audio.
Yep. Audio. Hospital background audio.
Oh
Put it
God.
on.
Hold on. Let me join the activity.
I need to find it. Oh god, I've been watching so many videos this week. I don't know if I can. There we go. Haha, heart rate monitor. Got it.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah. It's annoying when you sit in the hospital too.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Thank you, honey.
And the orderly finally makes their way back, and they walk over to the nurse behind the reception.
Mm-hmm.
And then you watch as she like waves you all over.
Yes. We walk up.
The doctor said he can't see guests right now. You still have a couple of hours for visiting time.
Okay, excellent. What's the room number?
Room. Let's see. And you watch as she flips through a book because there's no computers.
A little.
I like you had
fucking
to
spiral,
illustrate that fact for us.
A little spiral.
Yeah, I bet he was about to say.
Yeah, she's going through the
I'm about to
Rolodex
say
right
Wait,
now.
wait,
computer.
wait,
Hang on, we
there's
are
no
pre-Rolodex.
computers. How
We
is
are
there a fucking heart
pre-Rolodex.
monitor?
Magic. It's a magical heart monitor.
Okay.
It's a
See,
crystal attached.
I'm
to-
surprised you had to think
attached
about
to your
that.
pulse.
Honestly, artificers could totally make something that did that.
Yeah, it's more of an artificial heart, I would think. Or it's almost like scrying a heart.
Listen,
Well,
Like
do not question what artificers can do.
Yeah.
First of all, they understand electricity, and people already know. No, it's honestly just with this.
We
the
haven't
tech level's
developed the
advanced here.
computer yet.
No,
They
the
don't-
screen is the hardest part. If you're just reading the electrical impulse, there are already meters that will put out that.
It is
Just
the belief
not as a moving needle, not as a display.
that if it's a world with magic, it's going to be technologically stunted because it doesn't need technology because it has magic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
except we also have Tesla.
Weird.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
it's because
a heart rate monitor is a pretty I would say
Useful
universally useful. It doesn't matter if we can use magic. It would take it'd be kind of annoying to use magic.
I think we did establish that there was a difference between use of magic and magic items. Many types of very benign magic items are probably legal to own. Like it's probably legal to own sending stones, for example.
Mhm.
like you would have that instead of like a phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a phone would be much more efficient
Much better.
to use than sending stones.
Yeah,
There's
because
a
the
lot
sending
of
stone can only
limitations.
talk to one person.
Yeah. And it has to be the other end of that sending stone. So unless you want to have like an entire room full of
Can you
sending
have
stones for
hang
every
on a
person
second.
you know.
No. You can have a sending stone party line.
Oh god.
No, you some scrying mirrors or
Telephone
something.
the
What
worst way
fuck?
possible.
Oh.
Speaking of sending stones,
hmm
there's
Oh
one
yeah,
thing
you can make those. Yeah, you can make those.
Uh-huh.
They're very easy for
I
you to make.
probably would have made them for one particular individual.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you did slip him a sending stone. Like, we'll keep in contact with you.
Hmm?
Just go to
Which one are you thinking? Because you and I are probably thinking two different people.
Oh, I know you made one for her. That's already understood.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the one I was implying. I'm like,
Daddy's girl.
Also, would be
is
a helpful
never
way
gonna
for
be
you
too
guys to
far.
keep, because Rocco does not have his badge. He does not have his radio. He does not have any of that stuff anymore.
fair enough. Didn't think about that.
We'd have to call his parents.
Oh god, and they wouldn't know where he's at.
No, because he doesn't stay home that often.
Uh-uh.
What do you think of that idea? Put it in chat.
Sounds good. Continuing on. And the room is, as she flips to the book, 303.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Y'all have a good day now.
we take the freight elevator.
Mm. It's a large. There's a couple of elevators. So there's like the traditional elevator, and then there's the emergency elevator, and then there's like the large creature elevator, which yes is a freight elevator.
I think we're on that one.
It's usually as y'all are riding up.
You made me think of something fucked up like a morbidly obese centaur.
Oh no!
God. As
Well,
y'all are riding up, y'all
oh my
notice as
God.
you're waiting for the elevator, the Minotaur hobbles up on his cane and sits and stands there. He's got that one overgrown hoof like lifted off the ground a bit. Good evening.
Evening.
Hard to find a hoof trimmer down here.
Why
in the
is
city.
only one overgrown?
He probably couldn't. He's older, so he probably couldn't get it.
But
Or
you would
it
go
might
to
it's still expensive. It's like, well, it's not expensive, but it's still an expense that probably he just couldn't afford.
I was gonna say I could imagine that it would probably be like them going to a nail salon or something. Only they have specialists for,
Yeah, but
very-
at the same
But
time,
But
you can
also,
also
it's a
trim your
specialist labor.
toenails.
Specialist labor.
You can also
Especially
trim your
during this
toenails,
time,
people.
probably a bunch of.
Well, for
Also,
like
he
a
could have
hoof,
accidentally
it would
stepped
be
on a
like-
nail or something and it got in
Ooh.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Ow!
it's bad
How
for a
rude.
horse, for a fully sentient being that only has 2 legs.
I've done that before. It hurts.
Yep.
A few
Mhm.
times actually.
Yep, gotta love having the disinfection whenever it's a rusty one. Great to go through.
Yeah, because he's essentially walking on his toes all the time.
Yeah, fuck that.
Digigrade legs. Gotta love them.
I think they're cool.
And Kill just has to hope that he gets it through the nail and not.
Kill just starts. Yeah, Kill's just flinching as he looks at it. He's like, oh.
That hurts. It just hurts to look at.
And as the elevator beeps and opens up, you all hop in.
Ding.
Y'all press the 3rd floor. He presses the 2nd.
I bet and he presses his first, then we press ours.
It's usually whoever steps in first.
Yeah.
There's no real order to things.
And then he, as y'all rise up, the elevator goes and it stops on the 2nd floor. You hear the boom, and it opens up, or I guess it would be a ring, not a boop at this point in time.
Yeah, try.
And, yeah, a little chime. And then the door opens up, and you watch as he hobbles his way out and goes into the hallway. And then the doors close, and you guys ride up to the 3rd floor. 3rd floor seems to be where a lot of the resting rooms are as you guys get off the elevator. There's a couple of people sitting in rooms.
It's the recovery ward.
Yeah. You do see like a couple of families here and there. You do see, unfortunately, a scene of a doctor talking to a family, and they just start breaking down into tears, unfortunately.
Val just suddenly casts. I'm not actually doing this, but cast calm emotions on all of them.
And y'all keep on going. And then, surprisingly, there's a lot of people here in the recovery ward today. Might have something to do with the events of the parade.
No, exploding robots shouldn't do that.
Well, they didn't. None of them exploded, thanks to you guys' efforts.
I thought
But
one of
people
them
did get
in the
trampled
sewer.
by people in panic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought one of them did explode, but it was like in the sewer or some shit.
Uh-uh.
They
They
stopped
got
them all.
lucky.
Oh right, it was turning red and then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when Rocco did a good.
Yep.
Mhm.
Points for Rocco. And then you guys go to your you find room 303. You as you walk up to the room, you do notice there's 2 very large dragonborn standing outside the room.
Do they have?
We
The
know
night
who they
card?
work for.
I'm guessing they have the.
You
night
do
card.
see the
bodyguards.
you do see the family sash of Trazanos and Zathira.
They're bodyguards. There's
Or not Zathira, what was her name? Images, that's where I had it listed at.
I'm just walking on the
Zathindril.
road.
Zathildrith. Zathildrith.
Zathildrith.
Zathildrith. And then they all see you walking up, and
I would guess they would recognize us, but
I'm walking on
there's
through.
a little bit of a squint in the eyes, and then they're like, "Oh, those are the wards of the Lord." Kind of look in their face. They're like, "Oh,
Oh,
How do we go in?
oh, these people.
we'll just ask the missus." And you watch as one of them steps in to the door. You can kind of hear the little muffled talks like, "It looks like the members of the investigation party are here to speak with Trasnos." They can come in. As you wish, madam. And he watches, he comes back out and leaves the door open for you. You may go in.
Thank you.
And you watch as
Hello.
he nods. Ah, hello.
Hi.
Madam Zafi.
It's good to see you all.
Likewise.
Are you holding up?
Look over at Trasnos. What's his appearance?
Hold
like?
up. Hold up. I'm doing better. I wish you would let us take him home. The doctor said I can't leave, dear. Or actually, be more like, the doctors say I can't leave, dear.
We're just happy he's alive.
Takes time.
It's gonna take a lot more than this to kill me, Betty. And y'all look at Trasnos now after everything that's happened. He looks older. He just looks old. He looks old and weakened right now.
Probably battered a little.
No, not battered. It just looks like whatever
This part,
he was is wasted away a bit.
He looks frail.
He looks like he's. It's a horrible way to describe it, but you know what people look like when they're going under chemo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine he looks like that.
He looks like a concentration camp survivor.
Yeah.
None of these exist yet, but yes, proper.
Well, I ain't scared. I'll say it.
Again,
Just-
20
wait,
years.
I'm
no,
not-
no, no.
okay.
Give it in the timeline. Give it 20 years. Then you can say it all you want.
Yeah.
But he looks very like wasted away a bit. And Zathy's just like she's just sitting there, just sitting at the side of his bed, just. You all notice, like, even when she was speaking with you, she never really looked at you.
Yeah, this is affecting her very seriously. She's quite worried.
Should we let him know what's going on? I feel like he
Yeah,
might
we
like,
should.
have a heart attack or something.
I don't think that's.
It's not for us to decide whether he needs to know or not.
I got one question for you guys.
So,
Did you find who did this?
They were warforged.
I
What?
think somebody was probably leading them, or put them up to it. But
The room is free for prying, yes, I assume.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
1 second, I have to take a sip of water. Okay.
oh lord, he's going to talk a lot.
Yeah, we do. And
they
also, every time
believe-
I use a card,
they also believe.
Johnny recognized one of them. One of them was a security guard from Tesla Lab.
I heard that gab.
God.
Johnny, do you believe Tesla had anything to do with this? It doesn't seem like his MO. He's more of a pacifist.
It would be highly unlikely, sir. The unit who committed this attack was showing signs of disposition and rebellion prior to this event. Also, I do not believe the creator would have any desire to recreate. God, what are the weapons called? It has an official name. We decided on. I forgot what's called.
I just call them dragon killers.
Yeah, just dragon killers.
Mhm.
I do not believe the creator would have any need for recreating dragon killers at a smaller scale.
You watch as Zathy just kind of flinches at that word.
Alexei,
Um,
what
uh.
did you destroyed it? What did you make of
I
the idea?
I disabled it as best I could. A lot of the writing was not actual dwarven. It was not someone that knew what they were doing, that is for sure.
Huh.
It hurt like a real thing, I guess. Never been shot with one myself. Obviously, I'm still alive.
To put it lightly, we got lucky that it didn't kill you. It could have, but because of the nature of it, it didn't.
Alexei is correct, sir. The design of this weapon is inconsistent with what was used in the Great War. Far more crude.
However,
However,
to remove the curse of itself, before we could even start to.
yes, that is the most dangerous part of it. It is what makes them so effective.
I have a question
Go ahead, Betty.
for Tracy. Does he know a fat fucking Pinkerton and if he's trustworthy or not?
Pinkerton. Pinkerton's a bit of a hard ass. He means well, though. His loyalties to the United States. Why?
Well, Rocco.
Because he showed up and he's taking your place, or trying to.
What?
Well,
And
he
you
has
watch as he
packed up-
starts to rise up, and as he rises up, you all
Yes.
see like the like covers that were kind of covering him as he starts to rise up. They fall away, and you see the extensive damage this weapon has actually done to him. Like, because you can see his bare chest through the gown.
Mhm.
There is what looks like this black emaciated mass is just on his chest.
Oh yeah, no.
Hmm.
We
Well, at least it filled in.
Alexi and
Johnny recognizes it.
Alexi and Vol would have seen that initially because we were there
We were
trying.
we were fighting that
Oh,
thing.
it's only gotten
no,
worse.
no,
It's
no,
fa-
no,
He means
it-
it's
it's
fa-
healing.
Vol is straight up looking at it like that got better.
Yeah.
It's healing, but it's like you've never seen Tracy without his shirt off. Number one,
Mm.
but like the way he looks around you guys, he looks like he's got like kind of a Middle Eastern complexion with his skin tone. This is just it looks like like a massive scab where his chest cavity is, and it looks like the flesh around it is also sunken in.
At least it's filling in.
And you watch as
Sir.
he like starts to rise. Zathy just kind of like grabs him by the shoulder. She's not even like
Sir.
really like
Oh,
changed
yeah.
her look. Like she's still staring kind of at like where he was on the bed, and she just places her hand back on him and just pushes him slightly down.
Sir, I would suggest your rest. Your condition is quite consistent. It's quite
I'm
consistent
not
with the result of
dead.
his weapons.
Why are they replacing me? I'm not dead.
In your current condition, you are far from capable of leading this of leading this
Leadership is
of,
not
of, being, of being the director of this operation. Congress saw fit to appoint someone else in your stead.
Yeah, I believe you should listen to Johnny. I can't lose you. I'm not going to die, dear. You almost did. Mortals can be so cruel. Like, it's their only weapon against us. There have been many times where some of us have proven that these weapons were necessary, and many times that they were proof that they were not, and they used them anyway.
Not wrong.
On a lighter
Curiosity,
note,
sir.
I have disabled it and blunted it, so it's not going to hurt anyone anymore. As long as nobody goes digging around.
I can't touch it.
It is still a 2-foot long rod. That's besides the point.
Wait, what do you mean you can't touch it, Betty?
Never mind.
No, what do you mean? What happened?
Nothing.
Betty?
Betty, what
What
happened?
she's not mentioning is
Matterbeth, did you have a reaction to that? Did you have a reaction to the construction of that
Little
dragon
bit.
killer?
What happened?
Warlord. I'm forgetting the name of it.
It
Oh,
burned my
cold
hand
iron.
when
Cold
I
iron.
pulled it out of you.
Cold
Yeah,
iron.
It's
Cold iron.
because the item was made of cold iron. I was not
That
stating it now.
hurts. That doesn't make sense. No. Cold iron doesn't hurt mortals. That's why they use it. They use it more for encountering extra things not of the realm.
So
How are
why
you
did it
hurt
hurt
by that?
Betty?
They're talking to you, wife.
Uh huh.
Betty?
I don't know.
Out of curiosity, when did you get magic and how?
I don't know. That's personal.
Valid answer.
Eh, it
A
is.
valid answer.
I know.
Questions for another day.
That's on a need to
So-
know basis.
Mm,
I guess detect good and evil.
Betty, we are going to discuss this later. All right. So Pinkerton is heading up the precinct.
For the moment, yes. And Rocco's got himself thrown off the force.
What?
Oh God. We're just gonna make this dude sick.
no, you're gonna make him fucking have a goddamn aneurysm or a heart attack.
Yeah,
What
that's
the
sick.
hell did Rocco do?
Mouthed off to Pinkerton. Pinkerton
Where
has
Where do we
too much
start?
fat testosterone.
Mm.
That's an understatement.
They both have too much fucking testosterone. And they both are too prideful and they both couldn't shut up with each other. So, shit happened.
Yes,
All right.
it was a continued escalation. We
were the-
escorted Rocco out of the precinct along with the
Dogs.
uh
The dogs.
along with the fey creatures.
Jeez.
I'm calling them dogs.
Rocco
Just
was taking them to my place.
I mean, it's Zappy in the room. If anyone can know exactly what they are and probably not give two shits, it would be another dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh no, they're fey creatures. They ain't dogs.
we,
Johnny, they ain't dogs.
dog.
No, yeah, no,
That's a
I
dog,
know, but
then.
dogs
That's a
are.
dog.
Kill does pipe up.
I was
Rocco
trying to
was
remember the
taking
name
them
of them.
over
I
to
had it written down somewhere.
my place, at least for the time being. Things have gotten better. And he should have been there long ago.
Well, aside from his attitude, Pinkerton is good at his job.
Still an ass.
Efficiency comes in multiple colors. Kill.
Is there anything that you would want us to do or would have us do?
One. I need to talk to Pinkerton. No one's going off of firing my investigators without my approval. This is still my precinct.
Would you like us to pass on the message?
I think you should just leave it, and if you want to, after the case is over, you can hire him back. Instead of fighting with people in your condition right now.
I
think
Better
appreciate
that makes
your
quite a
concern.
point.
I do
Makes quite a
believe
point, Director
Betty-
Tracy.
Honestly, we could just.
Betty, let's be honest, even a wounded dragon is still more terrifying than a human.
Portland.
Pinkerton is not a normal human. Let me give you some advice. Do not anger the man. He's made his way up to the top because he is efficient and he is skilled. He may look like an ass and look like a boiled pig,
Smells like one too.
but the man is the man is a summa cum laude from Harvard Magical Division. He's a very accomplished wizard.
He needs to keep his hands out of people's business.
What do you mean?
There was quite a few other comments made, mainly because Rocco didn't know how to shut up.
He needs to keep his hands off people's stuff.
What do you mean?
He is currently packing away your belongings, Director.
Mm.
I will make sure. I will make sure your items stay within the facility grounds.
Yeah, we'll make sure that they're safe, that he doesn't run off with them or anything.
I doubt he would run off.
Or we can have them transported to your estate. Whichever.
Yeah.
I think it's time that you maybe think of retiring.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You watch as Tracy just kind of looks over at Zathy, and she looks at him. It is like a dead, like, there are a lot of
It's a
unspoken
murder.
words right now.
It's a murder.
Yeah,
scare.
I'm not saying a damn word. I'm not making a sound.
Uh-uh. You keep your mouth shut. That wor-
I believe taking that course of action now would be unadvised. We do not know the future of your condition, nor do we know how long Pinkerton's arrangements in this part of the city will remain.
You watch as Zathy just kind of looks over at you, Johnny.
Johnny looks right back.
Johnny does not
Ooh.
know what he's saying.
Johnny's staring down the dragon. Oh dear.
Really
And
not
she just,
as
you watch as
concentrated.
she like rises up from the chair, and
Mhm.
she looks you dead in the eye, Johnny. Are you suggesting my husband should keep risking his life for this foolish country with its bigotry and its hatred?
Director Tracy has chosen this path of his own accord. Mrs. Zandrith. I need to
Oh
have
my
that fucking
God.
name.
Thildrith. Zathildrith.
Zathildrith.
Zethrian.
Zathri. What?
Zathildrith.
Kills hears this from outside.
Yeah, because Johnny says proper names. He doesn't do their shortened names.
Nope.
Kill hears this from on the other side of the door and goes, "Oh, what's going on?" As he's trying to light his cigar.
Okay.
Oh, you stepped out?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I see it right there. Yeah, Kill's like, I'm getting out of firing line.
Yeah, Vol is just sitting in the corner, just standing, just pretending to not be there.
Getting ready to cast Shield of Faith.
Guardian of Faith.
He has just pissed off a very angry wife dragon. You don't do that.
Well,
Oh,
Johnny
yeah,
doesn't
no.
feel fear. So
Johnny,
Of course,
yeah.
Johnny does.
Johnny literally doesn't.
It wasn't programmed into him.
Yeah, Johnny doesn't flinch.
You
Part
just
of the design.
you've just scared the rest of the party though. It's like
Continuing on.
I ain't scared, but I
But yes,
understand her.
Director Tracy
100%.
has chosen this path of his own accord. Madam Zathildrith. God, you could have chosen like a better name.
She's
God.
a dragon. They have weird, complicated names. They're not in normal tongues.
I mean, it could be about 13 syllables longer still. That's just the name that
That's
she
true.
chose.
This is just the English translation.
Ugh. Yeah.
Think of
It's
the
like it
dragon
goes
named
against like
Skyrim.
fucking transition from L to
God.
T.
The Skyrim dragon names.
Yes, he has chosen this path of his own accord. While I agree that he should not put his life on the line. Yeah, put his life on the line for needlessly.
And you watch as she just like grabs you by the shoulders. And what am I supposed to do? Bury him? Just like I did my maker?
I do not believe that will be necessary, man.
Like, Johnny, you're actually being like damaged as she's gripping you.
Oh yeah, but this is how it is.
Like, she's not trying to like actually
look
hurt
over
you,
at Tracy. Like,
Yeah.
but she's like grabbed you by the shoulders and it's just like compressing in on your metal plates. Zathy, dear, I'm not going to die. How do you know? They're remaking the things that killed us, that put us in the point where we barely exist in this world.
Madam, if I may, his condition far exceeds what I experienced in the Great War. The likelihood of his survival is much higher than I had originally anticipated in the initial attack. We have also made quite a bit of advancements in medicine. The knowledge of the dragon killer and its effects are well known. It is quite possible that he will survive.
And you just watch as she Johnny, she collapses on you and just starts crying.
Aw.
Do you catch her?
I would
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
hope so.
She just doesn't catch her. Oh my fucking
Just
god!
moves out of the way.
Ah,
That's her face plant.
Wait, tears. And now she's holding you, but it's an emotional just I need a shoulder to cry on.
Johnny looks over at Director Tracy. In a kind of like a sir.
It's
How tall
probably
is
your
she?
head kind of cocked off to the
Johnny. Oh yeah,
How,
Johnny's
how
6.
tall is she?
Because Johnny's 6'10".
No, how tall is she?
Yeah. I don't think she would be that
Oh,
tall.
in
It's kinda
her
freakishly tall.
mortal form,
Yeah.
she's not that tall.
side. No,
6'10"
only
is
like
freakishly
5'8".
tall.
but she can
If
6'10".
I
adjust.
hug her, I'm not gonna be hugging her fucking knee.
Yeah, no,
well, I mean, you are.
Well, yeah, you're tiny.
She's 5'8".
Yeah. Johnny towers a foot above her, but
So
you know.
for a woman.
Man, that's not unreasonable.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah, no,
6'10"
she
is-
could adjust her size if she wants to. She can appear as not elven if she wanted to.
I'm gonna give her a hug anyway.
I'm also standing about 10 foot tall. Well, I'm not too
Y-
sure.
yeah, you watch as Betty comes up and kind of hugs her, like, and she's just crying.
Madam Zathilbrith. I was look. I try because I try to stay in character.
Yep.
Okay.
Madam Z. Madam Z.
Yeah.
Just
Madam
to save your
Zathilbrith.
tongue.
No, Madam Zathilbrith. Eventually, I'll catch it. I will always say it right. It's just gonna take a couple of times. Madam Zathilbrith. Would you like to take a seat?
You watch as she just nods, and
Yeah, Johnny.
Betty and Johnny.
Johnny
you help
carries
her.
her over to the closest chair in the room.
Anything we can get you? Do you want some of your smoke? Do you want something to eat?
What?
She got purple smoke. She got purple bud.
She got good stuff.
Yeah, she got good shit.
Kill, you notice as Zethildrith started crying, the guards just kind of looked into the room and they're just like, no, this sucks.
They have that look of, oh damn it, not again.
Do they have children?
No.
No.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Not yet.
Not
Aren't
yet.
they older? Aren't they like?
They're
Well,
dragons.
Not by
They're
dragon.
dra- they're dragons.
Neither of them
They're
is
pretty
super
dragons.
old for dragons.
It
But
takes
aren't
a little
they,
bit
like-
more for dragons to have children. They don't just.
They
It
just-
takes
they-
a consideration
I
for
guess
them
I
to have
figured
children.
since he was like the head of the bureau or whatever, that he was, obviously he's older than us, but I mean, like, by his standards, he would be like a 40-year-old male.
Nope,
And
he's
she's
young adult.
Older, and she's older than him, so
No.
They're both still young adults.
They are. They
No,
are,
and actually, it's the opposite. He is the older
mhm.
Yeah.
out of the
she
two.
was the older
You know,
one.
he is older.
Nope. He is
The gold dragon was old. She is old.
She is
She is
ancient.
old by standard.
She is
But
ancient.
she's been around a very long time, which
Yeah,
is why
ancient
she's...
dragon
I
is.
was like, I figured they had
you don't
kids, and
fuck
I'm
with
like, where the
ancient
fuck are their
dragon.
children?
No
Nope.
kids. No, I feel like introducing kids when doing this to them would probably be a lot worse. Like,
Mhm.
it already kind of sucks for the characters. Introducing kids to it is just like, oh god, we would have to deal with the kids.
Mhm.
We would have to explain what the fuck's happening because Zathy wouldn't be able to.
I'm sure their mother would be able to do it.
And
Just
Kill
fine.
hasn't hit kids to tell him.
Well, they also would, if they did have children, they have
They'd
a
be smart.
lot of help.
They've got a
Women
nanny.
are stronger
form
than
of
you think when they
grandma.
Need to be.
Yeah.
I don't.
It'd
I'm
probably be
not saying
fucking.
anything.
Oh yeah,
it'd
no,
probably
yeah, they would probably be in the
Kulturov or-
caretaking of grandma, the equivalent of grandma for them, which would be
Nana.
Kulturoth.
Kulturoth.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awful. Let's not bring kids into this. plan.
Tracy would probably hate that, but Zappy likes Kulturoth.
Tracy would be like, please end me, please end me. My kids are with that woman.
Speaking of,
Oh no.
Kill, You hear the elevator open up.
Kill turns around, hold and walk, and
And you
adjust to the
see-
side. Adjust to the side so that there's a hole.
Betty, I don't think you were ever here to see what Kultaroth looks like, but you see
Oh.
this lady
You
walk
fuck!
down the
You
hallway.
fucker!
Ah.
Johnny Arzay, I'm already having to try and do character stuff with Johnny with like a non-competitive person.
What lady? Who?
You'll see.
He's getting horny.
Wait,
You
she never
see-
answered.
This
if
might
I
well
could
be
get
our
her
cue to
shit.
leave, Jenna.
No,
Well,
she,
yeah,
she's a
scene,
little
lady.
distraught. She doesn't need
Scene-
anything. She's just
she needs a moment. There you go.
Scene transition.
you see
Fuck.
Kultaroth
Ooh, she looks like a
walk down the hallway.
She's Gold Dragon.
And she looks exactly like that. And she don't give a shit.
A puff. You see, kill
Fine.
pretty much almost
I'll
kinda
deal with
cough
her.
on a
You focus.
puff.
You
of
almost
cig-
swallow your cigarette.
well, cigar.
Yeah.
Why would dragons care about smoke? They're dragons. They breathe fire.
No,
No.
Not all of them.
No, he's just shocked because it's like, oh shit! Last time we saw her, she destroyed a good chunk of the city.
She
Well,
crushed
it
didn't
was,
destroy,
we
but
managed
she
to keep it
damaged.
contained to a couple of cars and a few shop fronts. It wasn't
Yeah, but she
that
damaged
bad.
the city.
Oh, if she doesn't put up with shit, then I like her.
Oh,
No.
she's listed as a.
They're
She's-
the reason
she's
why
got-
there's
she's-
dragging. Why there are.
She's got a
there-
poster on the national security threat board.
She's the reason they even kind of keep dragon killing weapons
They
around.
keep it in an arsenal somewhere.
Dragons like her.
So who is she's Tracy's mother or mother-in-law?
She is his.
surrogate
So
mother.
yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Kultaroth likes to collect. Her hoarding is other dragons. She likes to collect them.
She's his mentor?
Mentor / surrogate mom. Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
When she finds young dragons, she likes to raise them. That's kind of her thing. She just likes to do it.
Aw, she's
And you also
adorable.
see now what looks like almost the equivalent of a 10-year-old drow child walking behind her.
Probably another dragon.
Odd form.
Yeah, y'all should recognize this one.
Yeah, odd
we
form to
don't?
take.
Hey, what
Oh,
did y'all
we might.
rescue earlier?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you guys, that's fucking- And I was just like, I said it was
Oh!
an odd form for it to take, but I
Would,
guess
would
take
he-
what you get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think
she
probably
just
6 years
walks
old.
up to the.
Ish.
You watch as she walks up to the door. You see a couple of security guards like, ma'am, you can't just walk through here. And she just like looks at them, smiles, and you watch as they fall to the ground.
Haha, she Jedi'd them.
She might have power
And
word
she walks
kills
right up
them.
to the door. You see the dragon guards just. She's like, "Oh, investigator, long time no see."
Indeed. Called her off.
No, it's not.
This
You're
is
not
Kill.
there. Yeah, this
She's
is Kill
outside
out
the
in the
room.
hallway. You all hear Kill like talking to someone, and he just said her name.
Oh.
Do you mind if I see Trasnos?
Ulftaroth is here.
I'm not one to stop you, ma'am. Besides,
Thank you, dear.
you kill me.
At
within a
least you know
heartbeat.
proper respect.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And she just walks into the room.
Oh.
Her face becomes a little dour when she looks at Trasnos.
Johnny turns around and says, Kolftaroth.
Ah, the
Have you come to
automaton.
have you come to visit Director Tracy?
Why else would I be here? What kind of mother wouldn't care if her child was injured? You're not my mother. I'm the best thing you have, dear. Oh, and you watch as she just looks at Zathi. She just gets a little pity face on her. She just walks over to her. He is a strong dragon, dear. This did not fell him, Nothing will. I don't believe I've met you before, have I? She's looking at you, Betty.
Do you not?
And she just looks. You watch as she just kind of leans down at you,
I
and
got
it looks like she sniffs you.
Okay.
Oh, you are just a treat.
I smell like cotton candy.
I'm just going to live without context. All things to himself.
Huh?
No, keep going.
Now, do they know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I like you. If you ever meet your family, tell them I said hello.
Will do.
And I want my property back.
Don't know what you're talking about with that either.
You'll know.
Can Vol roll a lore check? Because Exile knows.
We don't know shit. We
Vol's
don't.
in the
We,
room
we still don't know
hearing this.
what. We still.
You don't know. You
we
would
don't know
not
shit.
know this. You could
She
guess
did-
all you want, but you don't
She
know.
hasn't admitted to the whole cold iron thing yet. We don't know a damn thing.
Yeah, I figured it out, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm stretching.
Yep.
Back's killing me. Who knew that doing an hour and a half of yard work and then that was a lot of shit. I was moving bricks for like an hour straight, so my back.
Good for you.
It's good physical
Yeah,
work, though.
pavers specifically. But
And you watch as she then walks over to the bed. Oh, Trazanos. I wonder if they know that this is an active war. It's not that serious. It's not. The government did not sanction this. Are you sure? They obviously got the technology to make these weapons somehow.
the weapon in
It was
question,
a crudely manufactured one.
when we examined it, it did not appear that the individual was familiar with the design. That they got a schematic somewhere. Whoever made this was not active formal support of anyone with resources. At least it doesn't seem that way at this time.
It also seemed to be a prototype of a smaller form of it, one that was never truly perfected, and perfected in the Great War. But
Okay, thank you for clarifying that earlier.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. She just.
yeah, she
Yeah.
did. I don't think she doesn't just walk around and kill people. She's not that kind of.
No. She could easily, and there's not much.
Oh
they
yeah, but
can
there's
do to
more. It's
stop
more
her.
fun. It's more fun to paralyze somebody, honestly.
Yeah. That's.
It's less trouble. She knows people will broadly bother her less if she doesn't go around just killing everyone.
Very true.
Because if she did, the government would start poking around at some point.
That wouldn't be good for. We could
Anyone.
win. We could easily win, but how many
Yep.
cities would have to burn first?
Yep.
Half of them.
I don't know most of Europe. But that's
We have
different
to try
time,
and catch
different
her
time.
when she's in Tokyo.
No one's seen a full ancient dragon attack anything in a long time.
Yep.
And most of the time they're just like, why bother?
Yeah, most conflicts are not worth their time.
Yeah, if they want to take her down, it would be an assassination like what just happened. Well, the attempt that was just made
yeah.
Tracy.
I wonder.
Hey, no spoils. Hush.
I
Oh,
wonder.
what's
Wonder.
Should I burn a city or two? To make this expedited. That won't be necessary.
Do you know like who did this to him?
Oh, trust me, little one. If I knew, you'd already know. So who do you think are the culprits of this?
Someone
We
with
don't
the
know
ability
yet.
and know-how to reprogram baskets to.
You cut out. We couldn't hear you.
I said, sorry. Someone intelligent enough to reprogram war caskets to do their dirty work for them. That does narrow the field quite a bit.
We don't think
Maybe I
it's
should.
Tesla, though.
I'm thinking I should go and visit him nonetheless.
Hey, man, you do you.
I don't think we have any legal authority to stop you from doing that, but we'll be investigating ourselves.
We might not have the legal authority, but Mother, let me handle this. And you watch if she just kind of looks over, and she gets this just evil smile.
Oh no.
Only because you asked nicely. But I'll warn you this. And she kind of looks at all of you. If one of my kind dies, I'll take 1,000,000 of yours.
What, does that mean 1,000,000 dwarves, 1,000,000 halflings, 1,000,000 humans, 1,000,000 centaurs, and 1,000,000 robots?
Find it hard to find 1,000,000
And you watch
conversations
as she
these
just
days,
pats your
wouldn't it?
head, Betty. Yes.
Good luck with that. That's a good way to thank somebody that freaking saved your kid's life.
Okay, Betty, I think we're done now.
We're not going to a Rocco situation. She didn't say that.
I'm trying to say that.
We
That's
don't.
rude.
We don't need another Rocco situation.
No, that's going.
Look.
We can play with this. We can play with
Oh
Yeah,
this.
you
God.
fucker. It's already 10:14 Eastern. You fuck.
Well, Nico should be here any moment now.
I mean,
Oh yeah, Mads is missing from the scene too. I guess not really. He's in the room. Doesn't say anything. Just do that.
so what would you do if one of yours was killed?
One of mine? I don't even, like, associate with my people.
That's a tragedy.
I
Family
really
means
don't.
everything.
Apparently not to my people. Because I'm here and they're there.
That is strange. We should talk later.
Fine by me.
If you need anything, Trazanos, you know where I'm at. Yes. And, oh, before I leave, Anexia. He watches the drow walks forward. This young one would like to thank you all.
What's up?
And he watches. I can't actually say it in the language, but here we go. I'm gonna type it for you.
Is that one of the guards?
Well,
No,
wait.
it's the little
This is the
Oh.
young
little
black
drow
dragon we
child.
saved.
Oh, right. She had a...
Young black
So
child.
this is this like a 3 or 4-year-old to us, like appearance wise?
10. It's 10 year old.
10? Oh wow,
Aw.
that kid
You
was
can-
older than we
I would
thought.
Are you gonna put it in Draconic? Because
Mhm.
Johnny's the one. Johnny can translate for the party.
I thought it was a baby.
Yeah.
No, it was cognitive
Like,
enough
well-
to talk.
Oh yeah. Remember? Yeah, it did thank us. And Johnny spoke with it a little bit.
Is it
Because
her
Johnny
baby?
can.
I can as well.
Close enough. It's her baby.
Huh?
All right.
Like I said, she collects dragons whether they want to or not.
I thought the mothers were
Eh.
extremely, like, possessive and...
Not
Kulturoth ate them.
all are.
So why would she take one from another mother? Wouldn't the other
Because
mother,
that's her
like,
horde.
lose her shit?
That's her horde. And she's powerful enough to beat other mothers into submission.
She just
Yeah.
kidnapped babies? That's messed up.
Yeah, no, she's not a good person.
That's messed up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's nothing
And
we
this
can
is
do
also
about
why
it.
we try not to piss her off, because she's an ancient golden dragon that does these things.
And as Kill
And-
said,
And
there's
her
nothing I
alignment
can
is
do-
probably technically lawful evil.
Yeah.
As Kill said in the hallway, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Yeah, and
Oh.
Johnny responds back to the dragon. Because Johnny can speak Draconic.
Fine, come here. Come here, Bubba. Come here.
And after Johnny says that, he says,
You watch as like Koltaroth, Zathi, and Tracy as you speak Draconic. They all just look at you, just like, what?
Hush.
Johnny looks at them. Yes, I am programmed. I am programmed to speak in your language.
Deal with it.
If this was another scenario, Zathi would be so happy.
Wait.
yeah,
did you
but
say-
it's not. So
She's
fuck
like,
off.
oh, neat. Uh-huh.
That's why I didn't bring it up in the fucking party.
Did you
Yep.
say he was thanking us for
Yes.
saving
Oh.
his life?
Yeah. So after that, Johnny looks to the rest of you and says, "This young one is thanking us for saving him."
Her. It's a girl.
Oh, her. Yeah, that's right. Her.
Aw.
Well, he would call
She
her
is
that.
a. What's after Wyvern or not Wyvern? A fucking wormling. Whelp. Yeah, she's a whelp black dragon.
Did you?
Oh, Whelp would be like baby.
I like that you named her Anixia.
Yeah, it's the only name I could come up with right off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the WoW fan people would understand that name.
Oni. Oni
Sorry.
raid.
All right,
Young dragon.
and then she's like,
young
"I'll
dragon.
take my leave."
Young dragon, then adult, then dragon.
Drake.
Drakes are winglets.
Yep, they are a subspecies. Still can speak Draconic, they just don't do it often because dragons like to hunt them down.
They're food.
Yeah. Same with wyverns. Wyverns are food.
Drakes, worms, wyverns, dragons, and then there's like.
I like to think the whelp is the only one who's not at all shocked that a robot just spoke. Leaned
Oh, yeah,
down-
because
you've
leaned down-
spoken to him.
talked to her earlier.
You've spoken to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I think we just decided it was a he at some point and just rolled with it.
Well, it's been like 7 months or 9 months.
If
hard
not
to
longer,
tell.
yeah.
It's
It's
hard
been like
to
it
tell.
literally a year.
Yeah.
All their reproductive systems are inside. the body.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but Johnny would remember technically, so
Mm-hmm.
gotta keep stuff on file.
All right.
Yeah.
And you watch as with that, Anexia and Koltaroth leave the room. As Koltaroth is walking out, she snaps her fingers, and the guards are released from their paralysis.
They don't say a word, do they?
They are
I
scared
think-
shitless.
Yeah,
Probably
they're not talking
dumbfounded.
anymore.
Think of it as like the Harry Potter like paralysis curse.
Mhm.
Yeah. Full body
Cruciato
burns, yeah.
or something.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no two people. Right now, the problems ones of trying to stop Clotra.
It's always something new with this.
Or old. Not sure which.
We need to find out who is responsible for this very, very soon.
I agree.
Number
Yeah,
one
think-
suspect is probably Mr.
She
Smith, but again,
she
that
may
is
end
only
up
a
getting
guess.
more aggressive if we don't.
We should probably find Rocco and see what happened to him.
Mhm.
We haven't.
Tell
heard
him Pinkerton may have released him from duties, but I have not.
We do intend to keep him. We do intend to inform him of the current events and any plans. So,
We'll keep him in the loop just out of Pinkerton's eye.
regardless of his actions, he is still.
Oh, we still need to give the press conference.
Ew.
Please
To
don't
ex-
tell me to add me to do that.
I didn't fucking do it. Wasn't my idea.
The
Well,
No,
We-
you didn't. You
No,
didn't
no,
ask
no,
for him to be
no.
there. That's what he's
the
asking.
mayor, no, the mayor sicked the press on us.
That slimy little bastard.
also,
And then
we
what's
did
his face?
catch him with.
We did catch him drinking in his office and put him in his place.
Please tell me you arrested him.
We need him for now, but we have the evidence still.
But then what's his fuck went and told the press outside of our building that we would give
Yeah.
them a
Well, Johnny interjects and said,
It was the only option.
We were Director Pinkerton called us to the office before we had time to take action against the mayor.
yeah, that too.
Fine.
You watch as he says a name in Draconic. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna type it out right now. And you watch as one of the guards walks in. Bring me papers. I need to write up something. Yeah, bring me parchment and a quill.
Yes.
I need to write up some serving papers.
Oh dear.
This will be leverage for you. If the mayor gives you any flack, you have my blessing to use it.
Just make sure, for the sake of you and your wife, that if you're going to continue working, that you do so from behind a desk or from home.
You watch as Betty, you watch as Zathi just looks at you and she's just like, and then looks at Trasnos. I think she's right. If I can't stop you from doing this, just please be safer. They know what you are.
Maybe no more rides in the middle.
Yes, sir. I would
This
refrain.
wasn't
I would
my
refrain from public
idea.
I
appearances.
know it wasn't ours either. The
There's
fucking
literally no
mayor for
reason
this shit.
that there's literally no reason that you can't work from home surrounded by your guards.
Betty, I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm not going to die.
Well, you kind of need to at least heal for a while.
I'll be fine in a couple of days. And you watch as he tries to lift up, and he just winches. Maybe a month.
Maybe a few.
I'll take it easy.
Yeah,
Also, I need to talk to Washington. They're not pulling me off for this. I've invested too much time and effort.
Froggies.
And do y'all have anything else y'all want to say to him?
Mm-mm.
All right. You all head out.
Let's see. All right. Tristan just walked away, so we gotta get a second.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with dogs. Yeah, there's a reason I don't bring up the whole speaking dragon because neither Tracy. I don't think. Yeah, I haven't done it in front of Tracy.
Nope.
I only did it to the wormling. That's about it.
Yep. The rest of the party, yes, they do know that you can speak Draconic. Tracy,
Yeah, well,
Tracy did not. Tracy was very surprised. Tracy was a little confused.
Wait a minute.
How can you speak my language? Who taught you my language? Why do you know my language?
Shit,
it was
he knows
pre-programmed.
my language. I've said a few things around him.
Yeah, there's nothing you can say around me that he doesn't know now. He's like, shit.
I said things around him that I really shouldn't have said. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, there's a reason I
Johnny
didn't
is
bring it
not
up
the
at the
type of
park.
person to bribe people, otherwise he could talk some very interesting things.
Oh god.
I mean, it's not like he couldn't just hook up to a computer or download it or something.
Technically,
don't
yes.
exist
If I
yet.
wanted to learn other languages, I actually can.
Yeah.
It's a simple
Like,
process.
really
But I thought
easy.
Draconic was funny enough because there was no other reason for me to know any other language. And I was like, Draconic is the only thing that really kind of stood out and made sort of sense.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
yeah,
a Great
because didn't
War.
hear people like fight dragons or something?
Yes, he
Yeah.
fought in the war. He fought
Yep.
in the Great War.
So it does
Fought
make
many
sense.
things. Fought many things.
Speaking of the
He
Great
also
War,
fought with dragons too. There were some dragons that were on the Allies' side.
Yep. Had to learn how to communicate. Poor Tracy didn't know, and now Cole Roth does as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit.
And Zathi. Next
yeah.
dinner party, y'all are having a
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. I don't think
In
Cole
pure
Roth.
dragon.
I don't know what Cole's Taroth opinion on that would be like.
Mortal, nice trick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Comment on what?
So, you guys leave the hospital. Where y'all going next?
I thought we were going to go to
Technically, we
Matt's
need. Technically, we gotta do Rocco's scene.
I know that's where y'all were gonna go. I'm just
Yeah.
still giving y'all the free form, not trying to railroad you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can't really do Rocco's stuff. 'Cause that's the other thing the party was thinking of, but the party doesn't know what's happening in Rocco's part of the scene. So
Yeah, I'm about
we would-
to. I'm about to have actually what happened happen without him.
just so we have it down.
Maybe
Yeah,
we go there.
so we can progress.
What if we went to go? We're just all together, and Kill remembers he needs to go to his house for something.
Yeah, I guess we could do a sort of catch up. Like if
It's
the
what
party.
y'all. Well, Betty did say y'all need to go talk to Madame Tully, so we can knock that part out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Like I
There you
said, we told Rocco we'd fill him in. So
Continuing on. So you guys make your way to the Gilded Lady.
We probably park a little bit away so our paddy wagon isn't in direct view.
Yeah, you might scare some people.
Mm-hmm.
cowards.
I'll be right back.
If you're gonna get
Mhm.
caught by the,
But
if you're
since
gonna
we're
get
going
caught
there
by
at
the
lunch,
popo,
it's more
get-
casual, I assume.
get caught with your dick in a hoe.
Hmm?
That's like perfect.
Because we're going there at lunchtime, it's a bit more casual, I presume.
Go out.
Oh yeah, no.
Did the
Go-
robots? Did you
go down swinging.
seriously? Did you
Yeah.
seriously say get caught with your dick in a hooker?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna go down, go down. All right.
I gotta add that syphilis is pretty rampant at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Oh, people don't really care.
But syphilis is a lot more curable. People won't
Yeah.
die. People don't die from syphilis in this world.
Yeah, the TB pandemic never really happened.
Yeah, they listened to the guy who discovered
Antibiotics that-
penicillin early.
Yeah.
There's
No, it's
probably
just
there's probably mixtures of antibiotics and.
Oh
different
yeah, magic isn't
medicine.
perfect. Still got to use medicine.
Magic is perfect
They
in
did.
context.
Yeah.
But
Herbology.
magic is not always available. Magic has got to be something that mostly just the wealthy get.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays with magic
Or you
so
have to just
tightly
be
regulated.
latently. It has to just be a latent thing you can do, which is not. It's obviously not that common.
the way I like to describe it is
Healing
the time
magic's
span
hard,
it
actually.
takes to learn science is a lot shorter than it takes to learn magic.
Yep.
So what do you think people are going to go for first? The quicker path.
You can learn how to mix chemicals to make medicine. It's gonna be a lot harder to learn how to use magic that you are not innately attuned to.
Here's the
There
thing,
are-
also. So,
Yeah.
if you create a treatment, you put it in a vial, you store it, you have that on hand for when it's needed. If the medicine, if your healer happens to be on his lunch break, you know,
Yep. There you go. Or okay, so you need a fucking what is it? You need a lesser restoration. How many schools of magic actually have lesser restoration?
cleric, all the clerics.
Yeah,
I
so
think
you gotta go
Bard-
to a
I think-
church.
I
Or
think
find a
bards might
cleric.
be able to get it. Druids can get it.
Or find. Good luck going to find a druid. You know how much the motherfuckers don't like talking with people.
And paladins
Yeah,
might get it.
druids are fucking antisocial as shit.
Again, so a paladin. So it means you gotta go talk to the church. And what
Really
is the
don't-
church really like?
Oh, better yet,
Oh
ranger.
god.
Yeah, it's bard, cleric, druid,
Ranger would be
paladin.
like the hunters, but then you still have to go find them. I don't think rangers are a common sight in the city.
Yeah, no.
No.
Nope.
You've just got
Urban
the right.
Yeah,
Rangers
if you're stuck in a city, you do have semi-limited options, just because it's like. It's
My
where-
favorite
it's where
terrain is the sewers.
I hit high. I'm sorry.
Oh my god,
Yep.
he hunts sewer gators.
Oh god.
Sewer
No,
gators in
gators
New
were
York.
real. I don't know what you're talking about because I just got back, but sewer gators were real.
Oh yeah,
He
I've been to
lives-
New York.
KJ's in Florida. Yes, sewer gators are real.
They were also real though in like Florida.
You just end up with a gator in your
Yeah.
front, in your like,
In New-
or I mean New York.
you know, in your
They're
parlor.
still
as you
real
might
in
say,
New
and
York.
stuff.
What you mean? The rats are
Yeah.
as big as fucking dogs.
Yeah, the
Like,
rats
down
are
in the
huge.
sewers- In the sewers in New York, they're big enough. Number one, and number two, they stay warm enough. They stay at like 80 degrees all year round.
Oh yeah, when it's cold up there, it's actually really nice to go near a drain hole, and it's
Mhm.
a really good place to get it warmed up.
Hmm.
Like, it's
Despite
actually
the smell.
yeah.
Gator.
Well,
there.
all of New York smells like that, so it doesn't really make a
That's
Yeah,
difference.
New York.
They
You
all
get used.
smell
You
like
get really
that.
get used to it.
You
Yeah, it
get-
smells pretty terrible. You get used to it.
no,
Chicago are as far as major cities I've been to, Chicago is the least bad smelling.
Yeah, I never thought Chicago stank, but I mean,
No, it's got a smell, but it's not that bad.
I don't
New
know.
York has a lot of open air markets, and it wafts in from the river up from into Chinatown and brings it all the way downtown.
Our river's actually pretty clean. It's full of carp, but it's pretty clean nowadays.
Mm.
And we've got the lake right there, so
I don't know why people hate on carp. Yes, they eat garbage.
no,
They-
you got no idea how bad the carp are. Carp would
no,
literally
they're
destroy a
invasive
$4
shit.
billion fishery.
Yeah, carps are invasive as shit. That's the shit.
Yeah.
Nothing in the Great Lakes can eat them. We'd have to be releasing bull sharks to keep them under control.
Wouldn't that be a trip?
That would be
But-
a...
Yeah, my-
We learned that issue trying to do that to other
Hey,
other
back
animals.
on track.
freshwater sharks are somewhat a thing.
Not
You should know.
They also couldn't survive this far north. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Bull sharks have been spotted as far north in the Mississippi as Minnesota.
Yeah.
All right, well, back on track.
continuing on, though.
Tristan's still gone, but yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah, Tristan is gone. Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
guess-
That's why I
But
was
no
having a
no
conversation.
fish make
Okay,
it
yeah,
from.
not bad. I thought everybody was here. All right, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll just use this as a
Oh,
nice
never
little break.
mind.
Hey, there's his Jimmy John's.
Oh, you fucker! Now I want my leftovers.
You got Jimmy John's, I see.
Yep.
Okay.
You get Jimmy John's out there?
Yep, there was one in Dickinson.
Is that the
God
closest
damn it,
town or the
dog.
town over from
Bring
that?
him to me. I'll hold him.
That's literally an hour away.
He's been doing this every day. Just
That Jimmy John's delivery driver deserves like an award.
No, my sister and mother went to Dickinson to get some stuff.
Oh, you went there to get stuff. I thought they delivered it to you, and that's what I would have been
Went
super
into
impressed
town.
by.
Man, you better tip that motherfucker
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, he literally spent $10 in gas getting to you.
It'd probably been a $50 tip. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's
Yeah,
one hell of an
hour-
Uber Eats order.
right,
Yep.
Madam,
Continuing on.
please.
It's probably the only way.
All right.
Gilded-
You guys are at the
Lady, that's what it's called.
Gilded Lady.
Hmm.
It's around lunchtime.
I'm looking specifically for kind of the head girl we saw last time, seeing if she's about the room.
You don't see Sarah.
Okay.
You do see you do see somebody that you recognize from last time. She is a Yanti woman.
Mm-hmm.
She looks to be in the same. She looks like the same woman that you met last time. You guys got dragged down into the basement,
Yeah, I'm about to say
For
she's the she's
saying
the bitch.
dumb things in front of very important people.
Yep.
I wasn't there for this. Explain.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, Alexi will be the new face. So will
Yeah.
Betty.
But you guys walk up. It is like lunchtime, so it's not like there's
It's not black tie,
like
there's
the
no party.
lunch crowd. So it's like mostly like Wall Street brokers and stuff like that, and bankers and things like that.
Yeah, a
And
lot of
it's up
people are
more
having
like-
business meetings.
Yeah,
Oh gosh.
and then yeah, so you guys walk over to like there's no music or anything like that right now. It's just kind of like they're doing
General
mostly like
chatter.
stage cleaning, yeah, and stuff like that.
Hang on, I gotta leave the call real quick.
Uh-oh.
Probably,
I was gonna say.
Uh-oh.
Sounded like he was just resetting it. So
I was just fixing the activity, that's all.
Oh yeah, it blanked out for me too. Well, fuck. I'm not gonna
Yeah, I
jump
don't
out.
care.
I'm not worried about it. Continuing on.
Thing.
You fucker. I was literally about
Do
to
y'all
put that
even
video
remember her
on.
name?
who? What?
Y'all
Yanti
even remember
girl?
her name? Yep, the Yanti. I don't even think I said her name actually.
I don't remember her name.
That was a
Alexi wouldn't know.
I don't even think I was like there for that whole scene.
Kill, do you remember her name?
I don't. I think we just met her on our way out. I think she was one of the people that came to.
She was in the room.
Yeah, but we were interacting with like this different
They're
person.
interacting with the fucking tiefling, the 8-foot tall tiefling.
Yeah, that's when we were interacting with directly. I don't.
Tall
yeah.
tiefling?
Damn.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Yeah.
What?
yeah,
Sarah.
yeah,
Bitch.
yeah.
God.
Towers. Yeah, towers over kill and Johnny.
8-foot tall tiefling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Sarah.
like
Are they half Minotaur?
proportionally impossible.
Wait a minute,
But
she's a
she's-
Goliath tiefling. Tieflings can come from any. So that's one thing is they don't
Technically
always say it, but
speaking,
tieflings can come from any mortal pairing. So you could have like orc-sized tiefling. You could have Goliath-sized tiefling.
Oh,
I don't want to think
God.
about how that worked out. Oof.
Oh God.
No,
One of your parents had relations with a demon a long time ago. It is a recessive trait.
Yeah, very recessive.
You could have perfectly normal, like, think of it like this: a family
Oh,
in the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
suburbs could just suddenly have a random tiefling child.
Sudden demon baby. You wonder
Yeah.
why they're so ostracized. But
Yep.
to my understanding, tieflings do breed true. If they reproduce with another tiefling, they will have a tiefling.
Yep, just like
Yeah.
blonde hair and just like blue eyes. Yeah,
Yep.
you can
Yeah,
increase the
blonde
chances.
hair. Blonde hair does not.
Blonde hair is a lot more complicated than eye, and even eye color is still on several teams. But yeah, continue.
Continuing on. You do see the Yanti woman that you recognized from last time. So you walk up to her. Let me see, what was her name? Actually, I didn't name her last time either.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And y'all walk up to her.
Oh,
What do you say?
Snake person.
I'm trying to think of the. I don't know. We haven't done this the right way yet.
Yeah, we did this the wrong way the first time. I don't. Well, it would be the right way.
Ask if we can go downstairs. Because that isn't her
Oh,
office
Betty.
downstairs, like in the. Or is it like?
Mm-mm. No, Madame Tully's office isn't downstairs. God no.
I'm trying to
That's
remember
where the
this
interrogation chamber is.
I'm
okay.
trying to remember
Yeah.
this shit. Okay, it's been a year.
No, that's where all the we have to kill somebody stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Betty would.
All the business
What would
and
Betty
also
do?
the pleasure happens above the first floor.
This is it. Well, it isn't fun time at the Gilded Lady, so it's not really a lot to really take in. It's not what we experience as a party.
But yeah, to answer your question though,
As you
why?
would
Yeah, no,
experience.
she's the type. She's a Yanti pureblood, so she just has snake-like features on her, but she looks human for the most part.
She has a vent.
What?
No, it's more like if you look like along the back of her head, along her neck, and some places on her arms are scaled. And if she when she speaks, you would see like she does have fangs and a forked tongue.
Kind of like Betty.
I do not have a forked tongue or fangs.
That was what I was saying.
Pretty small fangs.
Boy.
Pronounced canines.
Small, cute canines.
Continuing on.
Also, someone else.
Y'all walk up to her and say,
Who's saying something?
What's up?
All right. Well, Johnny walked up to her and says, "Miss," or "Madam," trying to get to her attention.
You would definitely say madam.
Warforged.
Oh boy.
What do you want, Warforged?
Oh lord, she's Jamaican.
That's the
What's that?
first thing I took. I was like, wait, what?
We have need.
Yeah,
to
I
speak
told
with
y'all
Madam.
before, Yanti and lizard folk are mostly
Island.
Caribbean Islanders.
Shit.
We have
Can
need
you
to
actually
speak.
speak like a Jamaican.
Come on, expecting.
He would have to speak that Jamaican slang, and I think that would be.
No.
I'm
that'd be
sorry.
fun.
Do you know
That's
how to
hard.
communicate with this? You just
The
start
only-
lapse into Jamaican.
I do not know it all very well. I know.
No,
some
I'm
of them,
talking
but
about
not-
Johnny.
Like they don't talk anything like us. It's
Johnny
like,
would be unfazed. He would just keep talking. He would just keep saying until he gets like a legible in like tongue, like a legible answer. He'd be like, "Yep, just keep speaking." But yes, we have need to speak with Madame Tully.
Who are you to be asking for the madam?
we are close acquaintances,
We are the.
even friends, and we would like.
What would Johnny say? Actually, no. We've
No,
had
no,
plenty.
let Betty, let
we-
Betty's,
we-
let Betty's remark go through.
Oh, what did Betty say?
Oh, so they're your friends.
I said that we're close acquaintances and possibly could be even considered as
Looking-
friends.
What's your name, be child?
Betty or Elizabeth. Wait, Maribeth. Gotta figure it out.
The voices in the head start to argue over what are we called.
And you watch as she kind of zones out for a minute, and then she looks back at you. The madam said she sees you now. You take the elevator up to the top floor. The girls will show you the way.
Thank you.
All right.
I mean, Kill could have done something, but Kill's avatar was kind of eating something.
Yeah, Kills in a loading screen.
And you all make your way over to the elevator.
Mhm.
And there's a half-elven woman who's manning the elevator. She's got a nice little oh god, what type, like the smoke salesman people that used to walk around back then.
He's got a little cap on, like a bellhop
Yeah.
sort of outfit.
Bellhop, that's the little
Okay,
bellhop
you had me
attire.
It's not at
I was
all what
gonna-
you're saying. but
I
it's
was
kinda-
gonna say bellhop, but then you went on smoke salesman,
Yeah,
and I was like,
Well, they would
oh, am I
walk
gonna?
up with
I
they would
realized
walk
he
with
was
a box.
talking about the little bellhop
Yeah,
hats.
yeah, they would walk around with the smoke box, but
Yeah.
but yeah, okay. I was about to say she's like a elevator bellhop. That's great.
Top floor.
Yes, please.
Right away. And she pulls the lever and sends you all up to the top floor. Enjoy your meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
And as y'all are walking down the hallway, there's not many rooms here you're noticing. It's a very long hallway. Very well lit too. This looks like almost looks like a palace almost kinda.
I would doubt that she'd have her rooms up here.
I'm sure.
Well,
it
there's gonna be
oozes
no.
content.
There's a room up there just past the janitor's closet.
You know what I mean.
This
We're the
one is-
penthouse level.
Mm,
Alexi,
don't-
just remember she has more powerful. She has more power than you. There's
This
a
is
reason
like-
why her
like-
building is considered a neutral zone in all of the boxes.
Spatial distortion magic.
He neutral zone.
Interesting.
And as you guys walk up to the final door, you see Sarah standing there. And she's playing cards with another person.
Hello, Sarah.
They got like a little table.
Oh, hey there, investigators.
Hoping to see the madam. Brought us up.
Do y'all want to ask her why she's that big?
No.
Nope.
No, that was because
No,
that
I,
was
no,
because
I was just
Ghost
saying
commented.
hello.
We already encountered her. That was just because Ghost was like 8 foot.
You
They
could
were like,
ask.
Yeah.
Wait,
You
who's
could
he?
ask.
Mm-mm.
I think. Well, the only two people I think would ask would be either Betty or Alexi. Because you
Who's
haven't seen
you?
this woman before.
The fucking tiefling.
8 foot
Oh.
tall, 2.
Right.
The
Yeah.
8-foot tall tiefling that's
Yeah.
Like,
Arms
she's
the size
currently
of
sitting at a
doors.
table with a couple of other working women. They're all in they're not in entertainment attire. They're in like a business shirt and like suspenders and slacks. They're workers.
Wickes.
If I
I
remember
think I had
correctly
an
from one of
image.
her descriptions, she has arms the size of cans, wasn't it?
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, in this world, I think it would be just kind of silly to ask why any.
What am I thinking of? Sink the Bismarck now.
And you watch as she gives you guys a nod as you guys walk by, and she gives a nod, and she throws a full hand down. And she's like, read 'em and weep, bitches, full house." And they all just groan. It's like, I swear she's cheating.
Meanwhile, someone with a straight flush just quietly puts their cards down.
Tentatively.
What can I say? Luck of the devil.
makes sense.
Hill's not going to comment on that.
Paul doesn't care.
Alexi wouldn't either. He would just, makes sense.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, Deborah said you guys would come, and Mama will see you now.
Thank you.
Let's deal a new hand. Y'all all want in?
No, we're
Uh,
busy.
I think we
Maybe
probably
later.
shouldn't keep the madam waiting.
Suit yourself. I could always use more money.
Gambling isn't illegal, correct?
No.
I think so.
Yeah, I was 99.9% sure this is completely fine what we're seeing here.
Gambling's very rarely considered illegal.
Gambling's not illegal today with poker. Hell, they even have horse racing.
No, but this is just playing cards with friends. This is not transcending.
Oh no, there's
level
money.
of
There's
illegal.
money on the
Betting-
table.
betting on
Yeah,
There's
but
actually
even
quite
with
a
some
bit of
amount of
money on that
money, it's
table.
not. It's
Not illegal.
legal up to a
Yes, it
certain
is.
level.
Yeah.
Betting
By the
on
way,
races is illegal in certain states.
Yeah, but so a game of
No,
cards is legal in any country, or no,
could-
sorry,
yeah,
anywhere in the
I'll-
U.S. unless it's
yeah.
the hand.
Go to a
Sorry, I think it's here
racetrack.
$1,500.
Bet at the racetrack.
You can't be going for more than $1,500 at a time.
It's a business.
Yeah, I think you have to actually. You cannot do gambling like in like the back corner of
Yeah,
your
you
house or
can't.
something
You
like-
can. Yeah, no.
You
So
have to
you
actually-
can't have a casino, but you can have bets and you can play cards with people. That's completely
Yeah.
allowed. So what we're seeing here isn't illegal in this time. That's what I'm thinking.
No.
By the way, I posted it in Warlords D&D. It's funny that you reminded me what she actually looks like because Octopath Traveler 2, I played it recently, and the character
What are
actually.
you talking about?
The second you said that, the character reminded me quite a bit.
No, I don't want
of-
new themes. What the hell are you doing?
So.
Stop, Discord.
Obviously not a tiefling
Stop.
because it's Octopath.
Stop it.
But yeah,
The
that is
physique and
about
the
what her physique looks like. Yeah,
The
except
physique
imagine
and what she sort of looked like, but a tiefling instead.
imagine fiery red skin, blonde hair, and massive oxen-like horns.
Alrighty then.
Yep. She's a brawler.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
She
not opposed
is
to
the
gouging your
definition
fucking
of
eyes out.
muscle.
And she's not opposed
Yep.
to gouging your eyes out with those horns.
Fight to win.
I mean, if she headbutts you, it would hurt really bad.
She headbutts you.
Well, she's 8
But
feet
she's-
tall. Whether
Yeah,
or
she's
not the
also 8
horns
feet
are
tall.
involved, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you're short enough, it would be quite embarrassing for her to try to headbutt
Oh, she would
you.
just pick you up and then smack your head.
Yeah.
Continuing on, though. You guys walk in and you see Madame Tully, and she's just sitting there going over her books. Oh, investigators. God damn, my voice is fucked up today. Mm.
You're like 20. You're like in 20 voices into the session. So.
Well, hello there, investigators. What can I do for y'all today?
Well, we figured we'd finally have that meeting we've been putting off, and give you an update on the situation.
I already heard Trasnos is doing very well.
That he is. Koltaroth dropped by while we were there, actually. That's got mildly concerned for a moment.
You watch as she, like, kind of stops writing for a minute. Interesting.
That was our thoughts also.
She's,
quite
suffice to say, very interested in getting to the bottom of this.
And also made a few.
You know what she means by getting to the bottom of this, right, don't y'all, dears?
Yes.
She said,
And that's
also
why we
said
have to
that
move
she would
quickly.
talk with someone as well, and I don't like the tone of talk with someone from her.
Did y'all mention that it was Warforged who did this by any chance?
Not to her.
Good, because she might burn down Tesla's labs just trying to get an answer, and if she doesn't like the answer she hears, there will be dead bodies.
Yeah.
There
We
might
cannot
be
have.
dead
We
bodies.
cannot have her interfering with the investigation before we have even begun.
Oh, it's more like we'd probably have another dragon corpse on our hands.
Who?
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
also
you
guys-
probably a million.
We don't have one.
Ultaroth is very
Keep it that
hot-headed, baby.
The golden dragon, right?
Yep.
Pretty sure people told her that it was Warforged, but we didn't think that Tesla was involved.
Oh yeah, fuck, we did.
Oh, this...
No, I don't.
No, we didn't.
We
Yes,
told
we
that
did.
Zaffy.
Uh,
Y'all did mention something like y'all said what the weapon was, but y'all didn't think Tesla was involved.
And her
Yeah,
quote
yeah,
was,
Exactly.
well,
We
actually,
specifically said we don't believe Tesla.
And
was involved.
Trasnos did say, like, I will handle this. This is my thing. He even called her mom to kind of get a little bit of favor out of this.
Yeah, he had to cash in every brownie point he had to make that sentence work.
Yeah.
Because yes, she is ready to go scorched earth to find out who did this and make sure it never happens again. She is not okay. Suffice to say, Kultaroth has never been one of those one of the few dragons out there that didn't like the fact that we mortals, as she likes to refer to us, and as most dragons like to refer to us, she's not one of the ones who's too keen on the fact that we started to develop weapons on a mass scale to kill them.
I can imagine why.
It was to even the playing field. And
Yeah, and
I
if
agree,
you have been
dear.
at the top,
I
and if you've
agree.
been at the top of that list for so long, how do you think it feels to no longer be behind that pedestal?
How do you think it feels to be at the bottom of the list?
Oh, I agree. I think the weapons were very necessary. There are quite a few dragons who do not mean well for those who they feel are lesser than them. But some are very prideful, and they would rather the weapons not exist and they maintain the status quo. Times are changing, and some who have lived a very long time don't like that.
I mean, hell, the United States is making faster dreadnoughts as we speak.
Not that much faster.
I mean, compared to some British dreadnoughts, granted, I heard that they are also a few newer. But, I think
If anyone's been involved in watching the naval race, it's Vol. So
He would have been more interested in one other
most
country.
definitely be fucking talks on probably like the third or fourth page about what the U.S. Navy's building in shipyards.
yes.
Well, ever since the Titanic was sunk by that rogue Kraken, tragedy it was. Yeah, no, the Titanic was not sunk by an iceberg in this universe.
Duh.
It was sunk by a
Shoddy
Kraken.
construction. Should have survived that. Wasn't a very determined attack.
Oh, it was a young one too, apparently, what they found out. They still killed the thing, though.
I'm not surprised that.
I also believe it was meant as a cover-up that ships shouldn't have been on that route.
I only encountered one crack.
God, Alexei. Oh God, Alexei.
And it was dead.
No, that is a very big conspiracy theory. There's some strange things about the Titanic.
Well, the thing is like, especially if you remember who all was supposedly on the Titanic.
Yeah. Hey, look, we used a cover-up story to say we're going to look for the Titanic.
Right.
To look for some other things that we had lost. That we really shouldn't have lost.
Well, that was later on. And it wasn't us that lost it, it was the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the Russians?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They were
well,
looking for a Russian. They were looking for a Russian ballistic missile sub. It was not American.
Yep.
I thought it was
and then
ours.
The CIA staged a very elaborate project talking about seafloor mining to steal the ship. Well, steal part of the sub.
Yeah. Then they learned that most of it was unstable, and they were like, let's leave it.
Let's put that back. Put that back.
Leave it the fuck alone. It can do more damage than what it's worth.
Continuing on. So, what did y'all find out? Where's Rocco?
That's a long story.
He's
First of all, it
currently-
was Pinkerton.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And that Pinkerton is also the answer to why Rocco isn't. Though most of that's Rocco.
Did y'all not listen to a word I said? The man is a
we
firebrand.
did. We did.
Rocco.
He did not.
Well, to make sure that you all keep your careers, I highly advise you do not mention you know me or talk to me in any shape, form, or fashion. That man will have your heads on a pike.
So this is not even
Fuck
on the
that
books.
fat jiggle
No,
bitch.
the pando's been left in the office, and the book has been tossed in the fire.
I agree, Betty. He is a fat son of a bitch.
She definitely wasn't.
I don't trust a man who never gets his willy wet.
You can't see it.
Wall just doesn't talk.
No. My response is he'd have to see it. He'd have to be able to see it first.
Oh.
I knew I liked you, Betty. How's your mama doing, by the way?
She's doing fine. Thank you for asking.
That's good to hear, dear. So, we've got one angry ancient dragon who has been at least curtailed. You've got one of your investigators who's been fired due to your new handler. And we now have one of the most investigative FBI personnel in the bureau. A man who was one of MacArthur's right-hand men. Tell me, when does this situation get better?
Hopefully.
Oh, and let's not forget to mention the fact that there are now dragon-killing weapons being manufactured in some shape, form, or fashion.
About that,
It's
Alexei,
not-
you should probably.
It was very shoddy craftsmanship. The dwarven runes that they used were not actual dwarven. I got lucky when I was disarming the thing. It was very difficult.
Well, so they're playing with. That just sounds even better. Again, tell me when this situation gets better. Somebody's tampering around with the magical runes that they don't know how to actually imbue, and making weapons of high lethality.
Certainly sounds.
Again, tell me when this gets better. Please tell me.
I mean, if we get lucky, they might blow
Well,
themselves
we
up.
know the identity of one of the robots involved. Automatons involved. But it's going.
Really?
But it is. Yes, but it is about to get worse again.
Oh,
They were a
Vol, you're
security guard
cute,
at
but
Tesla
that ain't.
Labs.
I don't like hearing bad news all the time.
Yeah. Well, they're a security guard for Tesla Labs.
Oh shit.
Duh, I don't like things like that either. Speaking of which,
Hmm?
I haven't checked in with my daughter in a bit. Oh, fuck.
Is something wrong?
Who was that?
It's Mav.
Good math.
Oh,
Yay!
finally
Oh,
we can actually do that scene.
Meanwhile,
after
Nico's
this.
still not here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Continuing on. Well, we know what this situation's just 4 ways fucked till Sunday. Well then, I can tell you at least what I've managed to pick up. There have been some, there's been a couple of recurrences about Mr. S around some of the certain business circles. Specifically, a man fitting his description was caught talking to one of the people at Carnegie Steel, one of the directors, you know, upper end business type personnel.
No, I know what you mean. I'm just trying to wonder why.
Probably to get some of these supplies. It might be him. Has
Very
that girl
possible.
that y'all saved by any chance managed to wake up?
About that. There was a fire at her hospital. Only a note was found in her room.
Signed S. And addressed to us.
Oh, so he knows who y'all are.
And he got to her.
Who's
Set a
S?
fire at the hospital.
That's Mr. Smith, dear.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if that is his actual name, not we don't.
And you're not wrong there.
I mean, he could
I
be
wouldn't have given off my true name.
he could be a demon that could just be his last name.
I know quite a few demons, dear, but none of them have the name Smith. It's usually more in a Sumerian,
Well, it could just be his
ancient
last
Hebrew
initial.
tongue.
It'd probably be just his last
Oddly
initial.
simplistic.
His last initial, maybe.
It also does not seem like a real. It's almost certainly is.
That and a demon walking around without any type of no. Trust me, you'd know if it was a demon.
I'd know if it was a demon.
You and I both would know if it was a demon. Hell, even a
Are they
devil.
like that bad?
Demons are very terrifying, dear. Haven't been, luckily, no major incursions of any demons have happened in quite a long time.
Also, also I would be able to detect him.
Also, if there was a demon walking around in the middle of the city, we'd have the church all up our ass.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
The last thing they need is another excuse for a crusade.
Oh, what was that?
Ah.
The church has
Sanctioned or unsanctioned.
What was that one group that the church always had?
Probably called peacekeeping.
What, Crusaders or something?
Oh, they don't go by that term
Oh,
anymore. It sends a little too much fear in people.
Which ones? Yes.
I think it's the Iscariot organization.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what
want
they
to
are
talk
now.
about. I don't want to talk about them. They technically want to kill me.
They won't kill me too. I work on a Sunday.
Ooh.
They sound like assholes.
I'm an apostate.
They are.
Apostate.
Technically, yeah.
Mhm.
Vol wasn't really technically raised Christian, but he went to church a bit. Vol was never baptized, though. So I'm not technically an apostate.
Yeah, that's true. I am.
Yeah, no, we got the whole... I'm talking about Vol.
No, I was saying in real life. I am.
Yeah, I remember his story. The snippets you've told.
Yep. Continuing on.
There's
Oh, now
Hey!
y'all want to
Party
fucking show
here.
up.
Hey, there's Nico.
Sorry.
And now we need to do the full recap, don't we?
Yep.
Let's
I'm
finish this
sorry,
scene.
people
Let's finish
decided
this.
not
Let's
to
finish this.
die.
Nico can be present, though. Nico, we're talking to Madame Tully.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
He doesn't know. Well,
but I will tell you this, at least from what I do know. Again, we know that Carnegie Steel has been approached. He has not openly gone to the Tesla lab, so I don't think he's made any deals with Tesla himself.
To be an under reprogram the Warforged to be able to harm humans.
That's
Oh,
going to
sorry
take
for
it
them.
someone of amazing skill, of high intellect, I would assume. I don't even know how the damn things work. Johnny?
What was the question? Sorry. I was trying to
No
contain.
one. They're basically. She's asking, like, do you have any idea who could even potentially be able to reprogram you?
The knowledge is not known to me. I would assume the number of individuals who possess this knowledge
Alexei, wouldn't your daughter
exists in
be
the tens.
at that level of capability? She would probably know anyone else there with the same aptitudes.
My daughter's working more in the physics realm. She doesn't really involve herself with the Warforged. She never took an interest.
It's not that big a place. She'd have heard.
She'd have heard of things, but I don't know really.
I'm not suggesting we bring her in for an interview. I'm suggesting you have go with her these days and see what.
I think you all need to head up to the Tesla labs, if you ask me.
I think so too. Still need to give a press conference.
I'll have to
We can keep
probably
putting
check
them
in
up.
on my wife.
Give me 1 second,
since
guys.
She's...
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I need to let the dogs out there. Give me like 2 minutes.
No worries.
They're,
Roger.
they're fighting at each other. You motherfuckers! What did I tell y'all?
Duggies.
Exile. Exile, I may end up coming to you again and requesting assistance with RimWorld Modulus.
Really, Frodo? Really? Why? No, you cannot come on the bed. No. Come on. Really? Really? I just told you no.
Everybody's animals being problematic today.
Can't sleep.
Dogs ended up tearing up the freaking living room.
I have to wake up to go to do inventory at 8 o'clock in the morning. No.
What did they tear up?
room.
Ooh.
What kind of dogs?
What?
What kind of dogs? I'm asking Warlord what kind of dogs he has.
Oh, they're not his. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
there it is.
Purebreds. Purebred pit bull terriers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. Whose are they, Warlord?
They're my roommates. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to feed him here soon. Sorry, I'm walking around the house, so
You're
my-
good.
nothing here. Okay, I'm coming back to my computer now. All right, so y'all plan is currently to go to the Tesla Labs, find out exactly what's going on over there, see if we can stop this production, try and stay on Pinkerton's good side for the benefit of us all.
Mm-hmm. Let's hope.
But before
Let's just
we,
wish Tracy a quick recovery so we can get him the
I
hell out
also
of
have
here.
to swing on by my place and check on my wife.
Maverick, are you back? Okay. All right. With that,
3 hours
Scene.
earlier.
End.
earlier that day, Rocco, you were where we last left off with you. You noticed that the door to Kill's house was unlocked, and no one answered the door.
I'll say hello. Anyone home?
Mm-hmm. And no one answered.
I'll go in.
The dogs follow you as you walk into the house.
Please.
As you walk in, you see things knocked around.
Uh-oh. I'll start running around looking for,
Look for the baby too.
yeah, for...
He hasn't given
his
birth
wife.
yet.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I'll say I don't think that happened yet.
I thought that had already happened. Bad.
Don't they have
Well,
security and, maids and stuff, or...
Nope.
No, no.
This
Kill
is
is not
Kill's
that
house.
kind of money. Kill just has a nice townhouse in the city. That's it.
Okay, well, I'll check the house.
You see a bunch of knocked over tables and things like that. Roll a investigation.
Hey, first roll of the night.
Wait, who's all where?
That is the
this
first
guy
roll of the
here?
night.
No.
You guys are still at Madame Tully's. Mav is.
Oh, okay.
We went back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Oh.
So Mav is currently, or Rocco, sorry. Rocco is
I mean, same
currently
thing.
at Kill's house. He noticed that the door was left unlocked to the house. He knocked. No one answered. So he's walking in to see, where is she? She doesn't work, so she should be here. And as he walked into the house, he noticed it looked like someone had trashed the place.
I'll go
With your
ahead.
investigation, it looks like a breaking and entering almost. That's all you can kind of guess.
I'll yell for his wife.
Norel.
Norel, and do I hear anything?
You hear nothing.
I'll check out all the rooms, and if I find no one, I make sure not to touch anything, just in case there's any kind of evidence that I'm overlooking, and I will grab a napkin or like a handkerchief and pick up the phone and dial the office and tell them and let them know that there's been a break-in and that they need to get police over here.
You dial the office. It rings for a bit, and no one answers.
Would I have known that they were going to Madame Tully's?
You don't know exactly what happened. After you left them, they said that they were going. They escorted you out of the building, told you to keep in touch. Alexi managed to slip you a sending stone just in case.
Sending stone is a way to contact them?
Yep.
Yeah, it can
Magic
only
item.
communicate with Alexi.
Okay.
But anyone
Yeah.
in the
Anyone that
vicinity.
has the
Alexi just
stone.
happened to be holding it.
Yeah.
You can
anyone
hold it
who's
up in the
holding
middle
it.
like speakerphone.
Yeah.
Well, I'll use the sending stone and sit there and say, needle
Well,
up,
before you do that,
kill.
roll a perception.
Damn.
God damn it!
Damn.
Roll no night. But there's no starting
Alright,
rolls,
well then.
so
That sounds about right, really.
As
It's
you're
a
walking,
panicking
as you're
situation.
walking around trying to see if there's anything else here that you're maybe missing, you watch one of the hounds walk over to what you did notice on the fireplace, and it's like sniffing at it.
Go check the fireplace out.
There's something on the mantle. You also noticed there was last time you were here. There was like 2 swords there, and one of them has been one of them was taken off. Huh, that's weird. But if you look on as you look on the fireplace, you do see a note.
Using the handkerchief, open the note.
I wasn't done. S.
Oh crap! Not this guy again. I'll use the sending stone, and I'll sit there and say I've got to get in touch with Kill. There's been a break-in at his house.
Oh no, it's like a 2-way conversation. You guys can talk with the sending stones. That's what I'm gonna frame them as. So
That's
as you guys are, I know the
Smoky now.
timelines won't match up 100%, but let's say that's the amount of time it took for him to walk over to your house there, Kill. I know it's not that far, but it's shorter distance for you because you're a centaur and you can gallop your way.
Or canter.
You guys are currently sitting there in Madame Tully's office, and Rocco.
Your rock starts ringing.
Yeah, you're right.
Alexi, your rock is ringing.
Does it vibrate?
I guess, yeah, it would buzz. I think it would buzz.
It would make a noise to
Alexi.
let someone.
Does it sound just like a little drum, like boom?
I pull out the sending stone. What is it, Rocco?
I'm over here at Kill's place, and the door was open. One of the swords on the mantle is missing above the fireplace, and there's a note. And there's no one here, by the way, but it looks like there was a tussle. There's a note on here, and I'll read back the note to them.
I wasn't done yet. S.
Oh boy.
And there's no one here, by the way.
Can you tell the dogs to start tracking?
I think it's only Alexi that can hear it right now.
No, I'm holding it out for everyone to be able to hear it.
It's
So
speakerphone.
yes, Kill heard this. And yeah, everybody in the room heard that, so Madame Tully also heard it.
We're not trying to keep this secret. She's helpful in this scenario.
I didn't hear anything. I was like, okay.
Yolanda, we need to get you.
I mean, you just
Kill's
answered a
wife
phone
is
call
now.
during a
He's based
meeting, so you better
Kill's wife
keep it
is
on the
kidnapped.
speaker.
Yolanda, we need
And
to.
yeah, unborn child.
Yolanda, we need to make way to your place immediately.
Yes.
I think that's about right. Rocco,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry about you losing your job. You know you can always stay here if you need to, dear. You contributed quite a bit to my coffers, and I do appreciate that.
Wonder if there might
Not
be.
permanently though. No freeloading. If you're gonna live here, you're gonna have to pay.
Well, maybe my services could be of use to you.
Okay, I think this is a precious waste of magical artifact time.
This is a very serious situation, Rocco. Not right now. Besides, you're too young and not pretty enough.
That's not the help I'm talking about.
All right, should we hang out?
Oh, okay.
How about we hang up and we'll call
alright.
you back later, Rocco? We're on our way.
Okay.
We'll be there in a minute.
A little levity in the situation is called for.
I'll get back to you on that job interview.
You kind of see pretty much the light from Kill's face just start going away, and you start, start seeing a fucking different side of Kill start popping.
Why?
Is the fastest way out the way we came in?
Yes, you're gonna have to take the service
Don't make
elevator. I
people
don't
pay.
recommend taking the stairs.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. Gotta get.
I'll take the stairs and get the car started.
All right, we're out. We're
I'll
moving.
send some. Kill, don't worry. If you want, do you want me to contact your mother?
Hold still. Don't
Yes.
Oh,
I'm on it. I'll also have some of my girls looking out for you. All right?
Thank you, madam.
You're quite welcome.
Johnny has monked his way down the stairs and is at the car.
Johnny's just
yeah,
jumped-
Johnny's already
Johnny
there.
pulled a fucking, like fucking action movie and just jumped down the flights of stairs.
Johnny's
and
just
Yeah,
waiting
down
in his
the-
seat. He's not even
down the
driving. He's
opening.
just in his seat.
pulls a Neo.
Well,
and
no,
just
Johnny's
lands in
like
middle.
one of the only other people who can drive. Johnny's got a license.
Johnny's got a license.
Yep, I actually
Look
am
it.
capable of
Let
driving
the
cars.
machine drive. He can't be any worse than us.
He's programmed for driving skills. He's like a Tesla driver.
It feels like almost demeaning compared to his normal
I was about to say.
capabilities, but it's useful skill. So
Okay, yeah, I'm a soldier. Yeah, that's right. It's part of my soldier background. So yes, I am.
yeah,
I
you
am
need
licensed.
to be able to be the guy they just tell to drive the jeep to battalion.
Yep, I am licensed.
It'll be the fucking whatever.
Proficiency, vehicles, land.
Yeah.
All
Johnny
right.
also would respect vehicles, unlike most people.
Very true. He
Wonderful
would
machine
percussive
spirit.
maintenance.
Blessed machine spirit. Carry
Oh
us
my God,
swiftly
I saw
to our
some-
location.
I saw something the other day about the Panzer 63, which was the Swiss one, where it had a problem in it where every time you turned on the radio to certain frequencies, it would start rotating the turret.
That's a
And there was a
girl.
second one where if you turned on the heater, the gun would fire.
Quite displeased.
This is a very tricky machine spirit.
Yeah, no, someone made like a whole script in it, and it's very like said read it as how was it, David Cleave and like Eric Idle, but let me see if I can
But
find that. Keep going.
But yeah,
Uh-huh.
car started, and whenever the rest of the party gets down here, I suppose.
Yeah, you all watch as everybody's rushing out the building, and they all hop in the car.
Sirens start blaring immediately.
Yep.
It's a buzz. Let's get going. Get the fuck out of the
You all arrive at Killendel's place.
Yay, parties reunited.
Yep.
Okay,
You see
let's
the-
stop.
you see the
let,
hounds
Let
are
us stop
just-
here, actually, and give
Yep.
a quick recap for Nico. and
Recap.
Matt.
Why don't you take care of it?
Okay, so Nico, Meth. So we started off with going to Tracy. You know, typical hospital visit went about as well as it could. You know, Zathy almost crushed Johnny, but you know things are going well. Then she broke down and cried in his arms. So you know, again, and then Kolv Taroth showed up.
Kill almost made a
Nick-
sneak off.
Yeah, Nico, that is the ancient golden dragon who we saved the wormling for before, and she threatened to burn down a couple cities, as retaliation for Tracy getting shot. Tracy talked her down, so she's not going to do that.
It's so hot. Can you turn the heat down?
So, yeah, so now Tracy is pretty fucked up. He's basically like a chemo patient in a hospital. He's pretty fucked up. But he did give us some serving papers to use against the mayor, which by the way, we do have leverage. No one forget that. And basically we're just gonna continue our investigation, go back to him at a later date. We have things obviously that we're doing. Did I miss anything vital? It was kind of a lot of interaction stuff, not a lot of super important stuff.
Yeah, no, it was more interaction stuff. Yep, that was pretty good, accurate.
Yep. And then I mean, you two were here for some of it. We talked to Madame Tully, filled her in on the situation. Everything's fucked. She doesn't like it. We don't like it. You know, and shit just got worse. Yay. Okay, got it. All right.
All right, you're all together now. You are all at Killendale's place.
Yep.
Kill gets in, probably canters on up once he gets out and gets into the house.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Kill, as
Johnny?
you walk into the house.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, person.
I was gonna say, what's the rest of the party
you-
doing? Is my thing.
I think everybody's walking into the house and probably going to start investigating the area. But Killendale was the first one into the house. Like, most of you couldn't even stop him. Like, he barely
He's a
fought
fucking
dogs.
centaur.
Yeah.
Who's getting in his
Wait,
way?
plus,
Kill, as you run into the house,
I'm scanning.
roll a
everything,
perception
so-
with advantage. Just because this is your house, so you've noticed more things out of order.
Alright, dirty 20.
So, you notice that there are... It does look like there was a fight in here. There are some sword marks on the floors. And you do notice that, oh yeah, that's one of our crest swords and it is missing. So, whoever came in here, she probably fought back against them.
And I'm betting there's some of her old backstory in this.
Mm-hmm.
So Kill knows that she can easily defend herself against most opponents. But
Yeah.
She a centaur too?
Yes. A very pregnant centaur at the
Oh, so
moment.
she's moody. Okay.
didn't go down without a fight. That's
Oh, for fuck's sake, dog.
And as you all walk into the
Where
house,
did
you
you
also
fi-
see that... Go on ahead, sorry.
Where did you find this note, Rocco?
Right there on the fireplace.
Kill walks over to the fireplace. Is there anything else that are out of place?
Other than, as I said, it's a couple of like hereditary swords from like the old country that you had, and you put the cross swords over there, and it's over your like.
And there are
You still have your family's.
He's
actual
classy.
family's
He's got
crest.
like family crests and swords all over the place.
They're actual swords too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
are
scary part.
swords. They're not just show swords. No, they're functional.
They are swords.
They're still
Can indeed
oiled
hurt
and
people
maintain-
with them,
They're
should you
still
choose.
maintained. They're still oiled and all that fun stuff.
And one of them is gone.
Rude.
Not probably rude. It was used. As I stated, like Kill noticed the okay, and he did say like she went fighting. So whoever did this, they had to fight her to do this. So they were able to beat her.
So,
He's very. You guys have more use with the sword than I do, and I can't beat her. In a fight, even a fair one. There ought to be at least 2 or 3 assailants, most likely.
As you all walk in, everybody roll an investigation. Everybody can roll an investigation.
Hang on, I gotta double check if I.
Nat 20.
Jesus.
Actually, no. Johnny's not
Hey.
in the house. I was gonna say, what does the exterior of his house look like?
Look like a regular townhouse, like a row
Alright.
style townhouse.
Any alleyways in between? Opening?
No, it's like house to house to house to house.
So totally townhouse. Okay.
Yeah.
What about the back?
I have advantage on initiative?
How?
My shield
I mean, I
says
guess.
advantage on initiative rolls and perception checks. I've not been rolling
yeah.
with it. Shit, I have not been rolling with that. Okay.
Yeah, Sentinel Shield. Yeah, that is. That is what a Sentinel Shield is.
Alright, well, now I remember that. Alright. Anyway, let me just roll my investigation now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I didn't roll very well anyway.
Kill, as you're starting to think some more about the scene, it's like she used the sword. Then why isn't there any blood?
Maybe S is a warforged.
Hmm.
It's not
Are
Smith,
there-
it's Smithy.
Are there marks in the walls or anything like that?
Fucking.
You do
trash
see,
joke.
like I said, when you walked in, you do see like scratch marks of. It looks like a blade was slashing through like the floor in certain areas, and you do see a couple of scuffs in the walls.
Do you happen to have a magnet?
Vol's just in the kitchen looking at cabinets for some reason.
If you have a magnet, we
Just
can
got
sit
back.
there
What's going
and
on?
Investigating.
ar-
Have you
run
rolled
it around-
investigation yet? If not, do
run it
so.
around the
Oh.
run it around the ground and see if there's
Kill
any metallic
grabs the-
objects that got picked up.
Kill grabs the other sword, or since most likely, since if Kill would have probably a matching set of swords for the
Mhm.
sword cross. So
It was a wedding gift from your mom.
Kill starts to see if the partner sword or that is missing is matches the blade cuts in the walls and full walls.
It does. Alexi is starting to help you too as you start putting things together. Alexi's like, "Oh yes, this strange. There's no blood." Sorry to insert words for you.
You're
Alexi.
fine. I don't know where you want to go with it, so go right ahead.
Yep.
And throw it-
Johnny,
And
get in here.
Johnny walks over.
oh, it would be telling if I said what puts it all together, Waya. It would be telling.
It would be a spoiler. Sorry.
The fucking Nazis!
It's the Nazis.
It's really not that fucking hard.
Nazis!
I mean,
Hi, my name is Maz.
think about it like this: someone targeted Tracy, knew what he was, and used that weapon to try and kill him.
Hold on, if we
They're
put
targeting
two
us.
notes together, it spells SS.
Oh my god,
Oh my god!
no!
They're not a
No.
thing
good.
yet!
Okay, pretty good. Pretty good.
But
He hasn't even had the beer hall push yet.
to put things a little bit more into perspective, whoever S is knows who you are and is now targeting you specifically. You have ruined things for somebody, and they don't like that. So they're going to go for you in the easiest ways to do so.
I'm too old
Well,
for this
one way was
crap.
not the easiest way, but this one was an easy way. And S took back Samantha.
You should check on your daughter, Alexi, if they're.
Well, we haven't figured that out yet, so.
I mean, that's honestly, no, that is Betty's actually bringing up a good point. It's like, someone just targeted Kill's family.
If they're targeting family.
Families.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
have. But have we have we fully come to the conclusion? As a
I
party.
mean, yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's
I
not that
agree
hard.
with her. I would agree with her. Like, yeah, it would be like, wait,
We're
they just targeted
FBI
somebody's family.
investigators. I mean, we're not retarded.
You know,
And
I don't
also,
know.
Kills
I would
call-
agree. I would agree with that. She could put the like, hey, you should probably check on your daughter.
And
I
Kill is
will
calling
pull
in
out.
a favor
I will
from
pull
his
out
mother.
the sending stone that I gave that connects to her and see if she answers.
After a couple minutes, well, you have to say something.
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot.
What's
to
her
write down
name? Her name, Alexi.
Hello, daughter.
Wow, what a great father!
Fuck off! I have been told her name once. Fuck you! I forgot to write it down. Actually,
Is that her full name? I was only told once.
That's what the
That's what her full dwarven name translates to.
I was only told once.
actually,
that in
time out,
Dwarvish?
time out. Warlord, did you tell me her name? I
Nope.
don't think we did. So
No, he's just
fuck
fucking
you.
with you.
Name. What is her fucking name?
Has she not been named yet? Is what you're saying?
Exactly.
I remember-
What is
I
her
remember-
name, Alexi?
She has.
I think we just got
What
it.
do you want to call her?
That could have been communicated better.
That's funnier. It's funnier if we make him sound like a
Oh,
shit,
it is
like a
funnier.
shit
Grab back
father.
on this book.
I like this better. What is her name, Alexi?
Daughter?
Tell us now.
Does anyone actually know her name, or does he need to? Make
No, no, no. I'm giving him shit because he never thought of his daughter's name.
Oh.
And he brings her up a lot. So what's her fucking name, Alexi?
I do not bring her up a lot. I've
You
been
bring her up
bringing her up
and I
this
think
time.
about her.
I've been bringing her up recently
actually
only
sounded very
because you
awkward.
fucking.
The plot points do lead towards it. Yes.
Exactly.
It's been
You
like 3
fucking
years
ass.
For my birthday. He's
Hi,
not-
my name is Maz the Hobgoblin.
Fuck you. Fuck all of you.
Oh, keep talking, Moz, and I'll ask you what's your mom's name.
I don't know what my mother's name is.
Do it.
Oh, man's got ideas.
Oh, and also to answer the question, that Yanti's name, her name is Deborah.
Deborah?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of on the nose. Okay.
Debbie.
Debbie, yeah.
Just
What's Betty's
No.
mom's name?
Sarah.
What is it? Sarah?
Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Who'd be
I
surprised?
vaguely remember that.
Sarah is also my sister's name.
Well, Sarah is also the name of the tiefling.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of Sarahs.
Sarah's a very common name. Oh, yeah, actually, there are names. It's like Jessica. God, there's so many Jessicas from my generation.
I could count. I have worked with in the restaurant I work in. I have worked with 7 Sarahs. Okay.
In my graduating class of
It's
250, there were 4 or 5 Karens.
Ooh.
Wow, that's
Rough life. They oof. Their
What a
parents had no
shame.
way of knowing, but they're gonna be going by Carrie their whole life.
Glad that's not my
One of them does.
Yeah, just
bless her heart.
it's best.
May she never grow her hair up.
I know somebody named Karen that goes by Kit for a nickname.
That works.
I guess, yeah, I can see that. Alexi?
her name is Catherine.
Catherine. Okay.
He was searching for a while.
Fuck you.
He's like, I need
wanted-
something Russian.
No,
Okay,
I
I'll go with a
no,
Prussian
I
name.
needed a name that actually worked on the Manhattan Project.
Okay.
I did just say that she's working in physics.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't
just-
worry. Y'all might
we were
meet
just-
her professor here tonight.
Oh fuck.
Ward, check your scene.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah.
Does it spell like that?
Vol
or-
steps off the corner, and you hear him.
Oh, Madam
speaking
Tully?
aloud,
Yeah.
Say something in Nor. Vol's casting message, but we
Yeah,
don't need to RP.
Madam Annabeth Tully. She does have a
Sorry,
first
I'm
name.
casting
She just
sending,
never
not
uses
message.
Yes, I'll say her name into the sending zone. So, Catherine, are you okay?
What is up, Dad?
Some things are going on. Where are you currently?
I'm in the library right now.
Okay. At the labs?
Where else would I be? It is still a school day.
Okay.
What day is it?
We're pulling you out of school. There might be a shooting.
No.
Oh no!
What?
Actually, as far as Alexi knows, like, technically her school is probably the safest place for her right now.
Guns used to be okay to take.
Do you remember
No,
what?
Johnny told you exactly. I haven't explained it to Tracy or anyone else, but I told the party exactly that this was a security guard stationed within Tesla Labs that was causing
And remember
disruptions.
what?
The
A certain...
labs in the school are
No,
different.
that's one and the same.
No.
The labs
Remember,
are
a
the
certain
school.
person did tell you something. A little tabaxi told you there have been some disappearances at the labs
Fuck.
too.
Yep.
Dear, I need you to go. I need you to head home.
What is
Tell them
going
it's
on?
tell them it's a family matter. I will explain it once you get there.
I'm in the
not-
middle of some research for Mr. Einstein.
He can wait.
Einstein didn't respect females in the sciences, so good luck with that.
Some disappearances have been going on. I need you to come home.
Just tell her to come to. We're on our way there. We could just meet her.
Look,
give her the car.
the man is a hard ass. All right, I have to finish this research paper. I'll be okay.
We can meet her
Just
there.
do not
Alexei.
get involved with any Warforged.
It's
At
not
least
even my
not-
research department. I don't go over to the labs.
I know, but I've been hearing things and some things that I'm working on currently. Certain ones are not safe. Just be careful. We will be there soon.
Fine. I'll stay. I'll stay in the library. I'll go to Jessica's place.
The cousin named Jessica.
Nope. Don't remember who is that again? One of your friends, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I met her here at the labs. We've been studying together. We're in the same program. I've told you about her.
A lot has been going on. I am sorry. I will see you soon.
Oh, you're coming here?
We have some questions for people.
Okay. I'll see you soon. And she stops communicating.
Yep.
All right. Well, Narelle's missing. Sarah's missing.
I'm gonna call my.
Wait, which Sarah's missing?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
call my
what?
parents' residence and let them.
Samantha, sorry. Samantha.
Yeah. There's too many Sarahs.
Too many S's.
What were you saying there,
Mav
Mav?
gotta.
I'm gonna notify my my father and tell him to up the security, and I'll tell him that family members from within our unit are being kidnapped because of the case we were all associated with in retribution, as far as we could tell.
He's telling his father.
Oh yeah.
Technically
Oh yeah.
some of us.
You give him a phone call. And your dad's just like, what is going on?
We don't know.
He's a very confused.
No, he's on the phone. He's on the phone.
I'm just telling you right now. Contact the embassy, or actually, you know what? It'd be better yet. Get mom. Go over, stay at the embassy, and stay in a secure location, and stay with guards, or get the embassy to send over a detail of Marines.
Okay. We'll. What is going on? Why am I getting it? Okay. We will go and.
Just tell them if they have any questions, they can contact Tracy.
All right.
If anyone questions you on it.
All right. And your dad says okay, and he hangs up the phone.
Should we report into Porky so that he doesn't get angry that we're doing things without telling him things or something?
What does the party think?
Hill
I don't
doesn't
want
get
him
two shits. His
stopping
wife
us
is
right
missing.
now.
Dude, he threw a shit fit and said
I'm
that we
back.
weren't allowed to do anything without talking to him first. And we've already been to 2 different
Things
places.
are moving too fast.
3, actually.
Hill doesn't give a shit. His wife is missing. His blood is on a boil.
Mm-hmm.
He's on a warpath. Again, that's
Oh,
kill.
y'all,
Everyone
I'm not
else
dealing with that
can do
shit.
something else.
This is true.
we
This is what
talking to?
Kill wants to do.
I just got back. Talking.
Betty just brought up the fact like y'all should probably report in to Pinkerton
Okay, yeah, okay.
to tell him what's going on. Kill wants to immediately go and search for his wife.
I thought I
He'll
did.
be
when
of
I
no
con-
place to
when I
start yet.
contacted the unit when I picked up.
Did Pinkerton send us out here?
No.
No.
This is of
He
our
told
own
us.
volition.
He literally got mad and told us we weren't allowed to do anything without talking to him first. And we've been to 3 different places now. So I don't.
Well,
One of
we're
them
not
you
telling him
really
at
don't
all.
want to tell him that you went to.
So
Yeah.
we're saying we visited Trazinos, had lunch, and then we went to go check on Kill's wife, or we were just in the area, and discovered this. That's our story. And now we're going to Tesla Labs because there's a connection.
Should we tell him that we're going to?
I can cast sending. He's not gonna like the amount of words he has to reply with.
I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, man. Like he's kind of a dick. So.
Just ask him for permission to pursue the lead.
Yeah, that. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay, I have 25 words. I need to think of what to say.
What Nico said. It was quick and easy and simple.
Oh, 13. Director Pinkerton, Killendell's wife has been taken by... We believe Killendell's wife has been taken by the lead suspect. Do we have permission to follow this lead? He hears. And he has 25 words to reply.
But does he know?
He is
wizard.
definitely... He did not get to where he is.
No, you didn't get this part. Oh, Pinkerton's like a super high-level wizard.
Yeah.
Oh.
He
really
is
fucking
100%
So he
familiar
does
with this
know.
spell.
He's really fucking powerful. This is why you don't fuck with him.
Yeah, but he 100% knows what the spell is, immediately knows who I am, and understands, hopefully, so...
Mm-hmm.
You're like
Mhm.
you're like tucked in like a valley, dum dum. Like in a burrito. Stupid. Stupid.
Wait till Pinkerton.
If you're at Killendell's place right now, step back.
He says step back.
That mean.
It means he's coming here in a hurry. Step back.
Rocco, leave.
Both of you.
Rocco,
clear.
run.
Both of you.
Hi!
clear.
Actually, I'm a witness.
Rocco.
I'm a witness.
Run.
I'm a witness.
Take the
God.
dogs. Also take the dogs.
Run.
Yeah,
run and
take
take
my
the dogs.
puppies to safety, please.
Cast haste on him.
Okay, I cast haste on him and my puppies.
Go.
Okay, and I stand there hasted.
Fuck you.
I will
Well,
fucking
well-
shrink you and throw you out a window.
That's actually
We'll
really good. Cast Shrink on him and then have him hide because he's a rogue.
That's fair enough.
I'll go.
Cast enlarge reduce, but it's just enlarged.
I'll go. Does he have an upstairs?
No.
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
god,
he's single
no!
floor.
They're centaurs. Why would they have stairs?
I mean, it's gotta be
Oh.
huge.
Do they have a
rooms
basement?
because they're
Hey,
centaurs.
don't be racist. What are you saying?
How do they check their water mains?
Stairs would be not a good idea for them.
They could have an elevator.
That's expensive.
That's expensive.
Well, they
Yeah,
ain't,
they're not
he ain't
that-
making
they're not
that
that
kind of
It's
money.
a ranch house.
Eh.
Yeah,
it's
it's a single.
It's a
go
single
back.
floor,
I'll go
very
It's a
back.
row
long
house. It's
Yeah.
a row house, so it's a long house.
You
Yeah,
realize
no,
that
there
front
are
and the back door.
there are upstairs apartments, but they're inhabited by non-centaurs.
Okay, how
you
about
realize
this?
that their rooms would be huge because they're centaurs and they need a lot of room. It would have
Yeah.
to be like huge rooms.
Well, it's a
I'll
split level. They have two
How about
steps.
this? I'll step into another room, and you can sit there and tell them that you've got a witness. They're the first one on the scene.
Do they sit?
We're gonna lie.
They lay down.
Or the party
They don't
will.
sit.
Can I say that?
Yeah, yeah, they don't know how to sit.
You all suddenly watch as a hole in the void opens up, and out steps Pinkerton. He takes one look around. Ah, classic kidnapping case.
Revenge.
I am sorry for your loss. I am sorry for your loss, Gillendale.
She's not dead.
Wow, that's rude.
I'm
Wait,
not
so you're
saying
already
she's
writing
dead.
her off as dead?
I'm
No.
not doing that. I don't remember your name. Maz, that's what your name. Yes, the regular beat cop that you deputized.
He's already...
I didn't mean into the framework that she has been passed away. Hopefully, this is just maybe a extortion tactic.
Doubtful.
With this this is the individual we've been pursuing. I'm certain of it. I show him the letter.
I was
Same
going to
going.
whisper to the party, should we show her in the letter?
Yeah, no, he's here. He's 100%.
You watch as he takes the letter and he flips it around a bit. He holds his hand over it, and it lights up for a minute. Well, it's not enchanted or anything.
Cast legend lore on a piece of paper.
You watch as he pulls out a monocle, and then starts looking around the room. Ah, that makes sense. We're dealing with someone who at least has a gating level spell of some kind. They're able to at least teleport their way at least close to the vicinity, or at least get their way out. I can tell from the leftover magical energies here.
Ken magic was never...
Let's see. You watch as he pulls out what looks like a small bag, but as he opens it up, his hand starts reaching inside and he starts pulling out some things.
Oh god, he's got a bag of holding.
Of course he would. Like,
Why wouldn't he?
Fucking
Why don't
wizard.
we?
yeah.
And then
He's a,
We
because
could
he's a
easily
wizard,
get one.
We should all have one. That would be dope.
No, we don't need that
They're
many.
expensive.
No, we'd be authorized one if it proved relevant.
Tax dollars are at our disposal.
We
They're
get
not.
instead. Hey, hang on. They just send you the handy haversack instead of the bag of holding.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be what they would do.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's still helpful.
Yeah, it is. But you watch as he takes out and he starts. It looks like, for those of you magically inclined, it looks like he's setting up like a divination circle. Give me a
What
couple
is-
minutes. And you watch
what-
as he sits down next to the circle.
I don't want to bother you, but what is your preferred school of magic?
Yes.
Very well.
It's all of them.
Oh.
I just wanted to know what his wizard archetype is.
So he was powerful.
He's a divination wizard.
Okay, I thought so.
I hear the word
Ah.
yes, and it's just, oh no.
I do not recognize this school of magic. It's not Fey. It's not Infernal. It does feel like it's not of this plane, though.
That's infernal.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Not Celestial. This is a conundrum. Give me some more time. I will look around this scene while you go and investigate the Tesla labs. You have my full approval. Report to me any of your findings.
We will. You
Just
still have
the
quite a
course
few
director.
sendings left in me today.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Every time Pinkerton enters a room, can the Pink Panther music play?
That wasn't copyrighted. That's
Kill-
hilarious.
Kill walks over to his bookcase and retrieves a letter.
Oh.
And walks out of his home.
Well then.
Y'all do know Pinkerton is still in the house looking around.
Yeah, we're
And
leaving
Rocco's in
Rocco to
another
that.
room.
Aren't we going to Tesla's?
Yeah, we're going to Tesla Labs. He's got this covered. We're leaving Rocco in the kitchen.
Oh God.
Rocco, you're
Hey,
on.
I offered
Rocco's a
him
very
to
good
hate
road.
him and run.
Rocco,
So.
roll a stealth check for me.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, considering I've been rolling 4s and 5s.
Look, you get your bad rolls out early. That's how it works.
Oh god, he's a rogue.
Oh,
it's
no, that's
almost made that
20.
20.
20. Yeah,
Against
no.
a divination wizard, no less. One absorbed in work, mind you.
Okay, but technically he's not doing anything wrong because wasn't he invited over there to stay in a private residence?
That is true. Yeah, he is. She is right. Yep. Good job, Betty. You caught that. You caught the plot hole. Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's like,
We
it's
fucked
like,
that
we're
away.
trying to,
why
we're
are
trying
you
to keep
here?
the
Because I'm
drama.
their friend and I was invited. I'm not
I
here
mean,
on
it could
work.
start like an annoying, scene where like they argue or whatever, but technically he's not doing anything wrong.
He's not doing anything illegal yet.
Right.
Yeah, Pinkerton could tell him to wait outside in that case, though.
Yeah, because
Nah.
he's screwing up a crime scene or something. I
Yeah,
guess.
he's
Actually,
like
I'm a
it.
witness.
he's
to the
interfering
crime
with the.
Oh, why'd you?
I'm a
Oh,
witness, remember?
that
I'm
would
a
have been so
witness.
much better. I'm so sorry, guys.
What?
I should have let that happen. That would have been better.
What?
Damn it. Yeah, if they had interacted, and then yeah, you could have got on him about he's contaminating the crime scene.
Hey, he's still in
He's a
there. You can still do
So
it.
he couldn't get rid of him because he's like he's a first-hand witness on the scene. Damn it.
Yeah.
No, he's hang on.
This
We had just walked out. We have
I mean,
just
he's
walked out.
still
Rocco is still in there.
Yeah.
Contaminating the crime scene.
Oh no.
I'm
Rock-
gonna whistle. I'm gonna whistle the Pinkerton. I'm gonna be like,
Oh God.
This is so
You're gonna fucking wave, aren't you, you
You're like a
bastard?
stalker. The fuck are you doing here?
Rocco, you managed to successfully come out of the window, and you're at the front of the building with the rest of the party.
oh, I was
He's just
just
here.
with Pinkerton.
Oh, okay then. All right, yep. All right, you whistled at Pinkerton. Pinkerton looks over. What the hell are you doing here?
Was waiting for
I
you.
fired you just earlier today.
He
I
was
was waiting-
invited.
I was waiting for you to interrogate
here on
me.
work.
I'm a witness here. I'm a star witness, in fact. I was the first one on the
God.
How do I know you're not just here trying to meddle up my crime scenes?
I was. You could check the phone logs. I called it in to the to our headquarters. Or to
Damn
the
it, that's what the
headquarters,
phone
sorry.
is ringing about.
You know,
Betty,
I-
you need
I
to stay in
still
the
am
office
a
more
law-
often. I
I
can't be
still am
expected
a-
to answer all the phone calls.
I still am a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You are the.
Do you have any questions for me?
Oh God.
Oh no.
So nonchalant.
You watch as Pinkerton just holds the bridge of his nose, and
Hi, my name is Maz.
he snaps his he snaps his fingers, and a notepad comes out with a pen and just starts floating there next to him.
What did you see when you approached the crime scene?
Oh, that hatred in his
Well,
voice.
As I was, carelessly just jaunting down the way, coming over to visit my friend's house, I noticed that there was a dog being walked. The sky was blue.
Oh God.
He's gonna get yelled at.
You
can't
can't
push-
do
you
that.
can't push.
Are you writing this down?
Oh no.
Thing pertinent to the crime scene, Mr.
actually,
Ache.
no, actually, it is because I didn't see any untoward characters leaving or running away or any kind of criminal activity.
And what does that have to do with the color of the sky? Everybody knows it's blue.
No, because I had
Actually,
noticed
it's
the
red, but-
sky, I noticed that there was no one flying away from the crime scene as well.
Hey, people can fly.
I mean,
It's
there's
this
species
is
that
magic.
can fly.
We never. I don't know if we ever really established how.
As I
Arakoa exists. They're out in the central.
Dragons exist.
You think I know? I've seen many dragons.
As I
Yeah,
approached the
you've seen
entrance-
2, 3 actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was.
Does he
so
need
was
to
there.
know?
He was
Continue
telling
on.
me
he does
Hold on.
not need to know.
Guys. Back to Rocco.
As
Yeah.
as I approached the residence, I noticed that the door was slightly ajar. As I approached, I went ahead and knocked, and I'll sit there and I'll walk over to a wall, and it sounded like this.
I know what a knock sounds like, Mr. Arche.
And
Oh god.
Was there any other signs of forced entry when you came in upon the domicile?
well, hold on, I'm getting to there. So as I was pushing open the door, I said, "Is anyone home?" Now, I waited a few seconds. You might want to note this down. I think it was about 10. And then I said, "Hello?" No one answered. Now, are you ready? You're writing all this down, right? Okay. So as I looked around as I pushed the door in, because I didn't want to intrude or catch any possible unawares, it would be a hell of a lot easier if I just filed it as a report.
God.
Oh.
Or we could sit here and go over this in minute detail.
I will allow you to contribute to this case alone. But you are still on probation, sir.
Ah, damn. I was, because it would have gone into quite great detail, by the way.
Out of my sight, Mr. Arche. I have a crime scene to go over.
Can I have my badge back?
No.
I need it. Otherwise, how am I going to be able to identify myself?
You have a full investigative team of investigators. I don't believe you need a badge.
Okay. I hope your notepad is recording that, because if anything happens with the law, I'm going to be using that that testimony right there because there will be consequences because of your actions.
You are a star witness on a case that we are currently allowing to assist us in the investigation of the area and said crime.
Okay.
We will ensure that your safety is utmost care and priority for us during this time. But you are a on-scene witness at best.
Okay. Don't worry, I'll come back to you later on with the rest of it. I'll walk out.
Wait, where are the doggies?
See, it's a lot better when you're not entirely shit-faced. That was far more enjoyable. That was a lot more fun.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are sitting there writing the ... the hate.
Pinkerton is very upset.
Yeah.
Very upset.
He's a sad man right now.
Very sad, man.
You should go to Madame Tully's.
Oh god.
You should. Yeah,
actually,
Betty, you do know Madame Tully.
Yeah, because she's the one who originally told us about
Yes.
it.
That's why Betty. That's why Madame Tully asked how your mom's doing. Don't ask how Madame Tully knows your mom.
You've had lunch.
I don't even know my mother at this point. Yeah, we've literally gone to the movies or a play.
show.
Yeah,
like,
no,
one
we do need to
time.
write down her story a little bit more. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't really know shit about her.
Your mom was a fixer for Madame Tully for a while.
Mm.
Oh god.
Oh God, I hear ghosts.
Someone else is the son of a criminal. Wonderful. We are just a great group of morons.
Time out, Warlord. She was a fixer? Oh, fucking god.
The fixer.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Hi, my name is Maz. I have no criminal past at all.
You're the only one Johnny likes. It just gets worse.
Wait.
Hey, Alexi doesn't have a criminal past.
What about Killer
He just
Val?
left the fucking country.
Oh no, he doesn't like Kill because he sees Kill as a criminal.
Yes.
I don't have a criminal past. Just my mother.
Yes, you do. Your mother.
I mean, let's be real.
Me.
We are
Your mother-
middle-aged
No,
dwarf.
Betty is 100% and innocent. Has not
Let's be
may
honest.
have flagrated the law a little bit, but she's not a prosecuted criminal. Neither has Kill either. Kill's never been arrested.
Does
The wife just used
do you
the
think
comment,
that
it doesn't
matters
count
to
Yep.
Johnny?
It does. Yeah, it does. Should at least.
Oh yeah, they weren't arrested, but patterns.
A rotten fruit doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yep, that's one of the sayings programmed into me in my lexicon.
God.
I mean,
Oh.
the party composition really is not criminal investigators at this point. We've got a beat cop who got a field promotion. We've got a robot machine of war. We got a heretic priest. We've got a centaur with mob connections. We've got the raucous, son of diplomats.
We have a fallen Azimir.
Yeah,
Son of diplomats. Yeah.
Don't
no
forget
one,
that
no
part.
one talks about that.
Yeah.
We've got the
People be
middle-aged
relevant.
dwarf,
No.
and we've got the secretary who's a wild mage.
The past she does not want to divulge about.
The past
Yeah,
that she doesn't really know that much about.
We're a shit show.
Yeah, her
Yeah, I
alternate
would have to
personality
actually
does.
talk to Warlord a little more about some stuff because there's like some stuff I don't know the answers to.
Yee.
Yeah.
I do like your interaction with Kultaroth though. You did know some things that. Yep, good job hiding it.
He just immediately shut up. Just nope.
I ain't gonna say shit. All right, continue.
About.
I don't know.
I ain't no damn
I don't know. Shit.
snitches get
All right.
stitches, bitches.
Did Rocco say he was catching up with us or trying to?
No, oh yeah, he walks out. Pinkerton basically gave him leeway to be. Think of it as like what was that one show? The one with Nathan Fillion, and he plays as the reporter that goes on the cases. I forget what it is.
Liaison.
Castle.
Yeah, Castle. He's a liaison.
He's a investigative liaison.
Talking about Castle from CSI, New York. I
No,
think?
Castle as in the show. Castle.
Hold on.
The show was
it's a whole
Castle.
nother thing.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm talking about Lucifer.
I'll notify the
Lucifer
party.
is also a very accurate representation. You're not an actual person of the law, but Lucifer is also a thing that wouldn't work. I don't think. Would it work? I don't know. Continuing on though.
Oh, by the way,
Mav.
Good show, by the way.
That show is fucking amazing. I need to go.
All right, Mav, what are you saying?
Pinkerton actually sat there and said that you guys can't let me die because you're supposed to protect me.
Oh God.
You're
You
gonna
got-
walk up,
you
run
got
up to the
them
party, and
to
be
say
like,
all
I have witness protection.
Yeah.
Oh, I see
use-
someone
he
signed your
would
permission.
use
I see someone signed your permission slip.
Bill goes, okay, go to that house. I was gonna stay there.
That would be actual witness protection.
Yeah.
Go to that house, shut up, stay there.
Pinkerton was just looking for a way to get you out of there. I think he doesn't
Yep.
care at this point.
Duh.
You're not gonna die, Betty. Today.
Oh dear.
Maybe.
Oh dear.
Proceeding onwards as it is 11 p.m.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
got
Yeah.
another hour.
Midnight. It's Sunday now.
Well, good for you.
Yay, Sunday. Continuing on.
It's
Uh,
Easter. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
To you.
Happy Zombie Jesus Day.
Rude.
He's
Yeah,
not.
I'm a dick.
Yeah,
It's not
I was
long
gonna-
though.
Well,
I've never said
or-
I'm not.
Warlord's also, not Christian, so
Not a zombie. He's a ghost. I think.
no.
No, he was
Technically a
a
zombie.
physical form.
Not exactly.
No.
Continuing on.
Mhm.
So you all manage to hop into the car and you make your way to the Tesla labs.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny's driving
You
pretty
all
fast.
drive your way there.
We just
And
show
as
up
you start to
outside of the
drive, like-
frickin' Willy Wonka factory.
None of you except for one person has actually been here. Well, I'd say Alexi's been here once when she got into the school and
You had to
He
walk-
went,
you had
he
to-
went with
There's
her
been
to
parent-teacher
orientation.
conference.
Yeah, you went to orientation.
That's
That was about it.
Yeah. Well, no, there's not much. Not at college. College, you don't get parent-teacher conferences.
Yeah, no.
You're an
Yeah, but you
adult
do.
now.
Your parents do join you
yeah.
for orientation usually for the
That's
for the one before the full one.
Yeah.
So, because they get an orientation too of sorts.
Yes. They
Here's
have-
how you pay us for the next X number of years.
Yeah, here's how the contract works. Here's how they try to show what the conditions of the school is going to be. You know,
Dude, my tuition was
selling
36. Everything all in for with tuition was 36. The very end, they did a thing. They called it the Ohio Guarantee, where they would not raise your tuition for the time you're there. The very next year, it would have been 41. Year after that, 44. By my senior year, it would have been 46 because the school was running out of space because too many people were coming.
Yep. Yep, the UNF over here.
Mine was around 15K, including housing per term.
Oh wow. Well, were you in state?
Yeah, I'm in state. That's probably why.
In state and maybe a less expensive school and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ohio State is a big school.
In state
I
is
went
way
to,
cheaper.
I went to Ohio University, not Ohio State. I'm a
Oh, okay.
Bobcat, not a Buckeye.
Mm.
All right, but we're at the. I guess now we're at the gates.
Yep, you all drive to the gates and you see this massive. It looks like part school, part industrial complex. Surprisingly clean though, industrial complex. There's like not any pollution. You notice. There
I would
is like
imagine it's not.
you do see a couple of massive Tesla towers, and you see like there's a almost like a tram system coming in to one side of the complex. And it's just you see trains just going back and forth.
Is Kill with us, or did he like take off on his own?
Oh, Kill's with y'all. He's in the car. He's stomping
His-
around in the
Yeah,
car.
the whole party gets to visit the Tesla labs now.
His blood is still boiling, by the way.
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the dogs?
Oh,
You're with us.
I asked that earlier.
Yeah, the dogs. You dropped them off at Madame Tully's on the way here.
Yay!
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
getting
we wouldn't have
pampered.
left.
We had
would not
no
have left
time.
them.
We had no time to explain. We just said, please keep an eye on these things.
Just put these in the kennel, please. The kennel.
No, they don't go in a kennel.
And the girls were just like, what?
They're nice doggies. Don't worry.
They do
You
like
did
food.
notice it was oddly strange that Madame Tully was able to speak fully their language.
She
And
speaks
you all
Sylvan.
drove away.
Nothing
Might
is
not be a
strange
good
about
thing.
this woman anymore.
Madam Tully, you don't question
I just
Madam Tully.
assume she has a necklace of tongues.
I mean, you guys don't know that I speak it yet.
No one's cast detect magic on
Yeah,
her.
no
We
one-
don't
yeah,
know
no one's-
what magic shit she's carrying. at
No
all
one knows
times.
anything about Nico's yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
don't- I
Maz
can
hasn't-
understand
Maz
the
hasn't-
Artifacts ever.
Maz hasn't said anything, well, to them.
This is
Meanwhile,
true.
at the
Dogs are-
Uncharger state.
Oh yeah,
Meanwhile-
no, the warpath has been. The horn has sounded. The horn of Gondor has been blared.
Just in the distance. There's
The
like the
entire
bat signal
chicken.
goes
Just
up and it's just
start,
horse
a
head.
pinch of centaur in their houses start putting on armor and pulling out guns.
What are you
Start
doing?
marching through
the
the
horn has
streets.
been blown.
All
Oh
right.
shit.
We're going
Let's
to
keep going.
war.
Let's get
no,
into
we're
the Tesla
rescuing
lab.
someone.
Yeah,
Oh,
all right, yeah.
let's
Go
get
to.
them
All
started.
right, so you all drive into the Tesla labs.
Do we see centaurs beating up robots?
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
You all make your way into the Tesla labs. As you are driving around the facility, you see like it's oddly strange, like the industrialization here. And as you're driving through the gate, you see these massive, like Titanic-sized warforge that just look down at your vehicle as it drives through the gate.
Titanic sized?
Yes, they would be gigantic.
That
They're like the size of small
Titan.
buildings.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
that's fucking.
they're
the
Titan.
Titanic was big.
Yeah, they are.
Did we take a full? Have we taken a full rest since the last?
Yeah, you guys have taken
regular
rest.
session? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't really have anything happen, but
Yeah, no, y'all should be fully rested. Continuing on. And you find a nice little parking spot, and y'all park.
Yeah,
Where
the
do
best
y'all
part
go
about
from
Tesla
here?
Labs is there's actual parking.
Oh yeah,
All
there's some cars. There's some people who
Yeah.
drive here.
Yep. Upper class.
Still canonical.
New to the rest of you.
hey Johnny, where are you going?
Yeah, Johnny just y'all do notice like Johnny looks a little bit more vigor now that he's here at the labs.
He's happy. Leave
Is
him
it
be.
like, are you in like high power mode or something because you're right by the transmitter?
Astute,
makes sense.
astute observation. Valdemar.
Maybe he's
the proximity the proximity to the generators. To the generators provides me with an excess of energy.
Ah, so we've overclocked Johnny. Good to know.
maybe he's getting an update.
Are you getting a
No.
software patch?
Downloading Windows Service Pack X2.
He randomly
No,
just
no,
freezes up
no.
and says out aloud, "Do not power off the machine."
Yep.
Ah, shit.
All right. But Johnny, after everyone's stepped out of the car, Johnny says, Alexei, if you would. Alexei, there are many escorts around. The grounds. One should help you locate the library so that you may check upon your daughter.
Duh.
I would suggest you bring an individual with you.
Kill will go.
Who to
Split up
bring
the party. Split up the party.
Kill will go.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Kill and Alexei will be going to do that.
The tallest person of the group, also the heaviest.
Yeah.
As you all are stepping out of the car, you do hear the radio in the car ring.
I'm back in.
What?
Ball pulls off the radio.
Field unit.
Patrol car 1. This is the
Patrol
director. Do you hear me?
Patrol car 1, 5x5, send traffic.
If you look in the glove box right now, you should be getting a couple of search papers delivered to you right now.
Oh, right. I turn on the printer.
No, it's just a hole opens up.
Oh.
And you watch as
I love high-level wizards, man. High-level wizards are fucking fun.
like a stack of papers pops up into your hands. You kind of like have to shuffle them around together, just like, oh shit.
Start tapping them on the dash to try and get them to align with each other.
That should be all the papers you need to properly interview Mr. Tesla and ask for any questions that you need. Keep me informed on your progress.
Will do. Patrol car 1 out.
I'm gonna meet them.
Anyone have a bag?
Yeah, y'all
This
watch
is
Vol
fucking
walk back to you, and
ridiculous.
he's just got like a stack of papers.
I got papers in 2 hands, like, I think he might have talked to everyone in the US government to get this. This apparently will let us interview Tesla.
I open my leather sack.
Yeah, here, just put him in the mailbag. Put him in the mailbag. Gently. We try and put him in the right orientation. Or put him in the bag. I'm not carrying around a big-ass stack of paperwork.
Can I roll for sleight of hand how efficiently I put the
He gave
papers in?
he gave y'all a warrant in triplicate.
More than
God.
that.
He gave a warrant plus like everything that goes with it.
He's got the
probably.
governor's signature, he's got the DA signature, he's got people from Washington.
Yeah.
The Department of War has signed off on it.
What?
Tesla basically has a private military, so.
So he's like the Vatican.
Yeah,
Vatican's a little
Senate
strong.
Majority Whip
Va-
signature.
Vatican's kind of like on its own league, but that's because they've also got a dragon.
The
That's
Speaker
what
of
I
the
was
House
gonna
has
say.
signed.
No. She's referring to our world's Vatican.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
would
he's
say
at that level, and like he is. The Tesla compound is technically still United States soil, but Tesla is allowed to kind of run it as he sees fits because of the
It's
benefits
private
that he's
property.
provided. Yeah. It's technically not a public university for people to go to. It is funded by him exclusively.
Yeah, you have to be invited to it.
I think I efficiently put the papers in my
And
bag.
as I typed
Yes,
in the
yes, you did.
chat, Kill does
Mhm.
not need to be. Kill needs to not be in the same room with Cush and Tesla.
Alexi's more worried about his daughter, so.
All right, we can do that scene. All right, as you all break off, Alexi and Kill are going over to the library. You do find a nice little, I guess it would be like a secretary robot, and you ask it directions to the library, and it's like, affirmative. Follow these directions, and it starts leading you that way. A robot automaton. Sorry. And the rest of you make your way up to the main building. Johnny, even you haven't been here. Or at least you don't remember ever being here. This is Tesla's main living compound. it's not many other people allowed in here. Like, other than a couple of servants here and there, mostly it's only just Warforged that go into this building. But let's do the smaller scene. It's going to be a little bit quicker first.
Yes. We might
Uh,
need to save meeting the man till tomorrow. Next time.
that
We'll
actually
see.
probably that does sound like a good idea. That should be a much longer
Because
thing.
there's been a lot of dialogue. We'll approach it all with fresh heads.
Yep. Alexi, you make your way to the library, and you see your daughter.
Oh, thank God.
She has like a stack of books all around her, and she's just like scratching her head over all these papers. Like, relativistic physics. Who even thinks of something like this? The constant state of matter. Oh my god.
That sounds like me.
The people who help blow up the world later on.
She doesn't need to know that.
Until people find
Greatest weapon humanity ever created.
Mm.
A thing that makes the dragon killing weapons look infinitesimal compared to them.
Didn't
Power of
theoretically
human.
Tesla had created a death ray?
Not
I don't think we're doing that. We're gonna keep it pretty like the Warforged thing was kind of
He's
circumstantial.
he's already done one miracle. Let's not give too many miracles.
Look, he's gonna become a god. He's gonna ascend to godhood probably. So like,
Or let's just say he hasn't invented it yet. Then.
Oh no, he's in the later years of his life. He's an old man at this point.
instead of like death ray and stuff, he perfected the whole.
He made life. He's got some credits already. He doesn't need a death ray.
After that, I would say probably after realizing the Warforged gained consciousness, I think considering the type of person Tesla was, he would have stopped inventing. He would have been like, "No, I can't go any farther."
I shouldn't go any farther.
Yeah, he was extremely paranoid. But no one really knows that, not in this world, because he was a recluse as well.
Yeah, well, that's why no one's really seen Tesla.
No one knows that he's actually absolutely paranoid, schizophrenic almost.
What's a Tesla?
Oh, God.
It's a
Who is
measure
Tesla?
of
What is
magnetism.
Tesla?
Why is Tesla?
Yes.
All right, but yes, you see. God, what did we say her name was again?
Catherine.
Catherine. You see Catherine, and she's sitting there scrolling over these books. What do you say to her?
Dear, I'm so glad you're okay.
Of course I'm okay. Well, what you watch? She kind of gives you a little side hug and goes back to her papers. So, what is all of this about?
Well, to put it simply, recently some Warforged openly attacked people.
Yes, I heard about that. Most of the students here have been flipping out over that one, especially most in the actual lab development part.
And also, my friend here, his wife is missing.
You watch as she pauses for a minute. I'm sorry to hear that.
They're talking.
You're not there.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, Kill doesn't say anything. Yep.
Kill just gives her a side.
Has anyone recently seemed different? Out of their norm, if you will, that you've noticed around the lab?
Not that I've noticed, though. We haven't seen a couple of the people from my class. They haven't showed up for quite a while. We thought that maybe they just dropped out of school, or maybe they got bad grades. Professor Einstein is such a... he's such a taskmaster.
Oh, I believe in you. I know what you can do. I know you can continue with his work.
The man is... I swear he's insane. That's the best way to describe it. Who assigns this level of homework on a weekday?
You haven't been in college.
Well, it depends on what kind of homework she's actually doing. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Your boss?
She's
Well-
not actually a worker.
If you want, I could you could sit in on my class. I've got I have an afternoon session here in a little bit.
Duh, we'll sit in with you and see if we notice anything.
And she leads you all to her classroom. As you get into the classroom and y'all sit in the back, kind of giving the space for the students who actually are here for the lesson, you notice, like, for all this space, there's not that many students.
Is it
How many students?
normally this empty?
How many?
It's like a theater hall. It's like a theater hall, but it's only like, yeah, it's only like about 100-man room. There's only about 30 in the room.
That's a pretty good retention rate.
Well, that just means they
Well,
schedule for too big a
that's
room.
why I asked my daughter, was it always this empty?
Oh, most people can't keep up with this. Physics is not a very popular subject, and it's Professor Einstein's a bit of a hard ass. He usually, as he says, weeds the from the chaff, the wheat from the chaff. I believe is the saying over here.
Yeah, but even most universities would have a physics or chemistry class or anything along the.
If it's
fringe.
If
this
it
is still fringe stuff.
Yeah, no.
really.
If this is Einstein teaching it, it's more than likely like high level physics, like high level atomic physics.
But I mean, what was the max capacity for the class? How many people were in the class?
100.
Okay.
It's a 100-man room. There's only 30 students in it.
So within the
Actually a pretty
drop
small
rate
lecture hall.
for say like the first quarter,
Makes
right?
sense.
That 100 went to what?
That 100
Don't
went
know.
to like 35.
Okay, so
Biggest dropouts happen in the first quarter.
So
Yeah,
so for
well,
so
because if you
five-
drop within 2 weeks, nothing bad.
Well,
happens.
yeah.
so 5
She
students
You
are
don't get a
missing
mark. You just
Yeah,
withdrawn.
she did say a few students, so not that many.
that. Yeah, so 5 students are missing that.
Yeah.
That's
As
what
far
we gotta figure
that's
at least
probably gonna be
that-
extended
Well,
on a
we
little.
can go with that as
that's
a
all.
guess.
That's all Alexi and Kill are guessing is of a couple of students. We don't have a number. It's just a couple.
Maybe
Amazing what
Einstein's
kind of-
killing people.
Couple equals
what
2.
kind of deduction I can do when I'm not smashed.
And as y'all are sitting there, and you all see a strange little man walks into the room.
I need a picture of fantasy Einstein.
Oh God.
Hang on.
Oh God.
Heimerdinger from League of Legends.
No.
No. Oh God.
He would look like that.
Hang on.
Oh yeah, but it's
See
like
if this works.
what the fuck? Someone made it's from Stable Diffusion. It's Albert Einstein as a battle mage. What the fuck? That looks great.
Oh God.
Put
I
it in
gotta
the
see
chat.
it. I gotta
Put it
see
in put in D&D text channel from mine.
There's two, and I think you'll both.
I did Cyberpunk.
A little
Einstein.
bit too techy,
Yeah.
but I could see it. Like added a little.
Hold on,
bit
hold on. This. Let's see.
He's a math mage.
God. Mm,
He's not armed for combat.
yeah.
A little mix between the two. A little mix
Yeah.
between the two.
I'm trying to find.
Text chat. D&D tech. Yeah.
Oh, this one's a good. This is like a profile picture kind of thing. Where
Lord.
there.
That would work.
That's accurate. Yeah.
That. The
that's
expression
perfect.
is really good on it too.
Yep. And he
Why
just
don't we travel to the black hole? No.
Would be him.
as he walks
Who's
in,
he
he
black
has a
hole?
couple of books, and then you watch as he. Welcome, students, to another great day of learning.
And you watch as another student runs into the room. He's a bit young to be at this class. You know, it's like he looks like a teenager.
Oh, hey, I found the evil guy.
It's Sheldon.
Oh
It's
god.
Sheldon!
Sheldon.
I know.
For shame.
Oh my god, the S. It would be
Mr. Oppenheimer, what did I tell you about being on time for class? Yeah, I hear you, old man. All right, I was just having a little bit of fun. All right.
Yes, Oppenheimer is alive at this point, and he is from New York.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Kill looks over at Alexi.
Jersey talking
Oh.
like that.
Right.
I don't really know his real accent. There's
Now, I don't want to
Amazing.
address the sentai in the room, but
Mm.
I see we have 2 new students.
Not students, just observers.
I usually do not allow observers into my classes. What programs are you with?
How would we go about addressing this kill?
You could tell him exactly who you are. You
Yeah.
could you have jurisdiction to be here. You have paperwork to be
That's
here.
true.
Probably not tell him with the whole class listening, though. You could literally just say, "Can we talk to you
Yeah.
to the side for a minute and tell him in private?"
Can we step outside for a second and discuss who we actually are? It's a little bit private.
You watch as all the students kind of look around. There's like, what? And you watch as Catherine's just like,
showed up in class to bust Einstein.
Not yet. Not yet.
And then they it's like okay. Let's step out we can step into my office.
Mhm.
All of you open your books to page 485 and begin reading until chapter 9.
Big ass chapters.
It's
Hey, we're like,
physics.
you're not gonna
Those
give,
are
Chapter
You're
9.
not gonna give us.
only
You're not gonna
are
give us an example of
almost
of
500
the
pages,
actual
and it's
theory taught
only
here.
at chapter 9.
Nope.
Maybe.
we will a little bit.
baby.
Continuing on.
Baby. The physics books usually like
I
chapters
know
are
what the
split.
fuck physics books look like. My mom had them on her shelf. I used to read them when I was a kid.
Oh god.
All right, continuing on.
Uh-huh.
You two walk into Einstein's office. It is a hot mess. Like there's paperwork everywhere, books, drawings on the chalkboard. Like, how can I help you, gentlemen?
Kill pulls out his badge.
Oh, what is the Federal Bureau of Investigation want here?
Let's just say there's some incidents going on, and
I'm sure you heard about the Warforged.
Yes, terrible business that, but that is not my department.
There have also been reports of disappearances.
It's just students running away, causing random rumors. Some can't. Some are just unable to appreciate the pathway that we are forging in these new sciences.
now we can say it like that, or we can say that someone is actually targeting students for nefarious means.
Our main thing right now
Who is
is
even? I
observing.
propose to you a question, my dear equine-based friend. One, how would even someone get into the labs to cause any harm to our students when we have one of the best security systems in the country? And two, what knowledge do you think they could acquire from them? They are still students. I could understand that maybe they were taking professors and things of that such, but it's just students either playing hooky or doing other things that students do.
Well, to answer your first question, one of the suspects that we have a lead on is, well, a guard here on campus. And to answer your second question, they're easy to mold and ascertain information. And from your studies that you might not actually be studying in the current time and place.
I think it would be prudent to find out who these students are related to.
And also, due to our orders, we are also required to get in a list of students. Since I've attended your class from first session to now.
I'm not even sure where that paper would be. And then as he's like trying to look through all these papers, y'all notice he's like kind of like disheveled looking with a lot of his clothes. Yes, that's actually something true about Einstein. He was not a very good dresser.
I mean, look in D&D chat. I found a really good photo somebody made. It's far more toned down. I think really fits the setting. The background helps a lot. That's
because aren't you guys just in his office basically?
Yeah,
yeah.
Like I said, and he's like looking through papers and everything, and you notice like his like part of his shirt is like untucked from his belt, like one of his pants legs is kind of tucked over his sock, like he dressed in a hurry.
I mean, that kind of looks like in that art, yeah.
Einstein, one of the people that slept like 4 hours at a time, like twice
Yeah.
a day, and had like all the same clothes, so we didn't have to fucking like figure out what he
Yep.
was gonna wear.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
He was supremely lazy and amazing at the same time.
Yep.
All that energy has to go somewhere, and it sure as fuck wasn't into living.
If it wasn't science, he didn't care.
The beauty of the mind.
And he's just, oh, here it is. Here's my first semester roster.
Okay. Yep.
And as you start looking through it, you start to notice, like, yeah, there's a lot of the students that are just checked off as dropped out, dropped out, dropped out, dropped out, dropped out,
Do they
dropped
have
out.
a date to them when they dropped out?
Yeah, no, there's no
No?
date. Mm-mm.
Experimenting on.
Which ones look the most old in terms of the ink fading, and which ones look like as of recent?
There's two students. It looks like a male and a female. I'm not giving them names. And they're just marked as absent.
So I'm looking at these two. When did they start coming in absent?
No, I'm not really good for faces. Let me see. Oh, yes, about a week ago.
What other teachers do they have besides you?
That gentleman there, he is also working in the artificers department as well. Does a little bit of side work to help pay for some of his bills by working in the manufactorum section.
He works in.
And the female, I'm not sure. I think this is her primary field of study. I've never seen. I honestly don't pay attention to most of their other schedules. If it's not my class, I do not care.
Thank you. I'll inquire with your fellow peers about their current agenda within the school.
Yes. Well, if you gentlemen are done with me, I would like to get back to my class. You're most certainly welcome to sit in. Maybe you will learn something.
Kill looks over at Lexi.
We can sit in for this lesson and then continue on to ask others.
All right, let us head back out. And he heads back out, and you all walk with him. Yeah.
Kill tucks the person absent
No,
paper
yeah,
paper
the
in his
roster.
coat.
Yep.
Tucks out his coat and a small little pocket.
Yep. And you all sit back in the classroom. Now, where are we? Ah, yes. So, and you watch as he takes out a piece of chalk, and it starts to hover over to the board. And he crosses his arms behind his back. Now, what do we know about the atomic theory? And you watch Alexi as your daughter raises her hand. Due to our current fields of study, we are informed that there are 3 basic principles that make up an atom. And they are the proton, the neutron, and we suppose another particle, but we are not sure exactly what it is. That
I
is
was gonna see
correct.
if what you said there.
Yeah, they don't
My
actually know what
character's,
it
my
is.
character's taking notes, by the way, as an artificer.
You're not there.
Yep, you're not there.
I was saying I'm proud of War for getting the correct history there.
Electron?
It's
They don't know that yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you got it correct by saying that they don't know that.
Yep.
I'm saying that was good.
That is correct, Miss Demonic. And you watch as the chalk starts drawing on the board. Now, what do we suppose this other particle is for? That is the question that man is trying to find at this point in time. It could be what is the basis for allowing for advanced molecular bonding to happen. It could be quite a few things. But that is what we are trying to figure out now. Now, how many of you in the classroom have magical potential? And you see a couple of the students raise their hand. Good. Tell me, what allows you to cast magic? None of the students. Exactly. No one knows. I have a theory about that, though. And he watches the jaws. What if this mysterious particle is what is actually allowing us to manipulate everything at the atomic principle level? Allows us to create great and wondrous things out of nothing. As you have all probably read in my most recent book, the conservation of matter is an essential part to the foundations of our universe. I know this is not probably something he would know at this point in time. Let me go with it, okay?
Yep.
Look, we've got to
I'm
like
allowing
you gotta push it along a little bit because otherwise it won't be as funny when we get to. You know.
I propose that this missing particle is what some ancients used to refer to as mana. And he watches, he writes it out. Now, mana. Oh God, I know. Shut up, God damn! You better say something. Now,
No, I'm saying I love it.
mana is something that allows. Now, who here can answer me? What is a ley line? You watch as your daughter raises her hand again. Again, with Miss Demonic.
Does he sound frustrated at that, or?
He's just like kind of rolling his eyes, like, God, no one else can fucking answer, really? Please answer the Miss Demonic. What is a ley line? A ley line is a concentration of mana in a particular location that allows for enhanced magical abilities or the permeation into different planes of existence. Correct. As we know, ley lines are a very important part of our world. They allow for the magical currents to constantly flow. Can anyone guess where a prominent ley line in this area, specifically this city, is? That is correct. It is our own laboratory itself. Tesla was able, in his original foundings, to ascertain that by channeling this mana into certain points, you can get it to transmit energy from one location to another, thereby allowing what we now know today as the Warforged to operate. Professor Einstein. Yo, Professor Einstein. What is it, Mr. Oppenheimer? What is it, Mr. Oppenheimer? So Tesla was able to get the Warforged to work with his fancy principles and all these other kind of things. Yeah, I get it. Mana. But wouldn't transmitting energy over an air through the air diminish the amount of energy you could actually transmit without having a massive amount of power generated at the source? That is correct, Mr. Oppenheimer. Hence why mana is a much safer transmutation of energy. Let's look at the simple fireball. Someone who is aptitude in magic is able to properly manipulate with the signs and vocal somatics required for the spell to work, and is able to conjure a massive ball of fire from nothing. How now? Let's think of some of the more devastating spells we have seen throughout history. Call lightning. With the Call Lightning spell, one is able to transmit massive amounts of mana over a massive and wide area, even changing the atmospheric pressure of the air to match a lightning storm, on a clear day no less. I find this astounding. If we were to develop more and find out what is actually able to transmit that amount of energy and what someone is doing, or how this is able to be performed, we would find closer to being able to channel energy itself. Soon, I would even suppose that even maybe the common man himself could harness this amount of energy to do wondrous things. Or, I mean, you could just make a big bomb with it. Yes, Mr. Oppenheimer, you could create a giant bomb with that amount of energy. But that would be
become
just a
Death, the
waste.
destroyer of Einstein.
Think of what we could create instead. We could maybe even create pure, unfiltered energy for the masses to use. Yeah, it ain't gonna sell, Doc. You're gonna put too many people out of work. But science is all about pushing the boundaries. Sorry, I was reading your messages for a minute there. But I digress. I want you all to study more onto the atomic principle and its effects on the mana theory. I will expect you will have a test tomorrow under these theories. And he watches the Crassus groans. But we must guarantee that you are absorbing the information. I leave you there. Have a good day. And that's where we'll close for the day.
Okay, I was about to say you
That
just
was a
went on
short
an
ass
actual,
lecture.
Yeah, you went on an actual lecture. I think it's time to call a session.
Yeah, no, I was starting to be like, okay, I can't keep pulling some more bullshit out of my ass.
We were just enjoying the show at that point.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt. Sorry, Nico. Next time, though, I promise.
Nico.
I didn't know where we were going.
He said he would be right back. Yeah, no, I realized like I started to see some AFKs, and I think I'm just drawing people. I'm just talking your ears off right now. My
No,
apologies.
I'm listening. I just wish I was there.
Because I know fucking Rocco be in the back just raising his hand too. Like, could you explain
what the
that again?
fuck are you talking about?
could you explain that? Hey, can I get some? Can I
You'd
get some
be
of this
that
homework?
one asshole who just drags the fucking lesson on for like
one more question here.
Like,
oh god, Rocco, enough.
Alright, people. That will be the end of this A&D session. I thank you all for all those who have joined. And a good rest of your weekend, and also, happy Easter. Press a long shot.
here for a minute. Hands clenched as I walk through the fog. Blood in the water, smoke in the air, filling my lungs. You were a friend. Veil torn, now I'm seeing your lies. Full of demise. Blood moon painting red of the sky. Under the surface, your dark heart leading you to the grave. Beautiful mask, pure evil behind the charade. I hear the mourning, I hear the cries. Out of the darkness, into the light. If you want me gone, you put a trigger yourself. Look me in the eyes.